Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare. Uncle Paul, now he's coming over here, slowly limping down the hall. It's too late now, 'cause here comes Uncle Paul.
Let me show you how to make a big boy love you.
In today's episode, Uncle Paul reminisces about a young Macaulay Culkin in the movie My Girl.
I was crying a lot in the theater when I seen that one. I couldn't see through my tears. I had such a big lump in my sweatpants. I love that movie. Look at that. You're all rough. You got leaves on you. Come here, let me muss your hair up. Come here, Macaulay. Look at your denim coat. I cried so hard. He got the bees all over him. I was like, be careful. They're gonna start stinging you on your penis. Gotta get someone to suck the person out. You got little bee stingers in your penis. Why don't you come over here? Let me get the bee let me pull them out with my teeth. I'll rescue you.
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare. Uncle Paul, now he's coming over here, slowly limping down the hall. It's too late now, 'cause here comes Uncle Paul.
It's important. What?
Yeah, answer the hotline.
Oh!
Hey.
Oh,
We're trying to get topical here.
With the sex bagel.
Sex man.
Oh, why not sex
man.
bagel?
Sex bagel is so 2010.
Yeah,
it's the sex man.
He's the sex
Oh,
man.
We got Colin.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah?
And we got Bill Burr in studio, who killed on Jimmy Fallon. We'll talk to Bill in a second. Of course, you could.
How would you know?
Huh?
How would you know?
Because people fucking
Son of a
said it,
bitch,
you
you didn't even
asshole.
watch it.
I told you I didn't watch, so now you're
I
using
know.
that against me.
I am.
I said I DVR'd
Oh, my God, you should have seen it. So should have I. That's all right.
I will watch today, but people on Twitter said you killed. That's all I'm saying.
I survived.
All right. Colin Quinn, everyone. Colin.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Colin.
You sound
Hello,
like
Colin.
You sound like a beaten man after yesterday.
Just chilling, listening to some music.
Oh.
What's he doing?
He's listening to Bieber. He's
You
a
lo-
believer.
You love the Biebs?
I'm a believer. What's up, guys?
Bill, you heard about Colin? He's in deep trouble today.
Oh, I heard all about it.
Yeah,
It was trending.
Jeez.
Colin Quinn was trending yesterday
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yes, he was.
It's scary how stupid they are, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
It really is. Like you continually expose these idiots for what they are.
Yeah.
Just like knee-jerk, no research whatsoever. All you would have to do is search Colin Quinn's Twitter, and you'd realize he's done this before, and it's documented. Why take everything he says on Twitter as fact and print it like, oh my God, he's accusing?
He means it.
Because he means it? Did you mean it? Oh, okay. I'm my mistake.
I started out the morning on a positive note, talking about the potential intriguing employment stuff going on with me in the show business. And then I just mentioned that Will Ferrell stole Anchorman from me. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Then, of course, I made up the drug thing, so that becomes a big thing, the drug thing. You know?
And they ran with it.
But did
They ran with it.
Did you hear from anybody? Because that's like, because you.
Yes, that's why I had to say, hey, man, you know. First, my manager was like, hey, you know, it's getting out of control. But then I was like, nah, man.
That's what we always do,
Nah,
too.
man.
We're like, nah, man,
This
we know
is
what
good.
we're doing. Right.
This is good.
We knew.
So did you send out a tweet that finally said it was a joke, you fucking retards?
Yeah, but I want to hear leading up to that. So then the manager is going, whoa, Colin. And you're like, come on, man, this is all right. And then what
First,
happened?
my manager answers the phone to his credit.
Yeah.
They go, we asked, one site goes, we asked Colin Quinn's manager for a response whether Colin was serious, and he just laughed and hung up. So that was
Is that what your manager's doing,
Oh,
laughing
that's
and
good.
hanging
That's
up?
what you want your manager to
That's
do.
very professional. But
Yeah, yeah. When all hell's breaking loose, that's what you want from your manager.
He goes, ha, ha, ha.
Click. Yeah. Good.
I actually like that. Just
Me too.
treat them like the idiots that they are.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Don't dignify it with a response.
So you did Will call you or his manager? Because what happened where you finally had to go like, look, you morons, I was joking.
Yeah, because I know Will, and I know his manager. His manager's like, hey, man, you know, I'm getting like 50 calls. Can you say something?
Can you please say something? I am saying something.
It was just about the drugs.
Yeah, of course.
I go, what is... I said, tell Will I'm sorry. He goes, he's on a plane. He doesn't even know any of this is going on. Yeah. Like, Will, what's your drug problem? You know.
Yeah.
You know what you should have said, Colin? You should have said, "Will he be mad?"
That's a good one. Was that Chip?
Of course.
Who else would it be?
It's hard to tell Chip from Jim these days.
Yeah, really. I can't even argue with him.
So Will Ferrell, have you heard from Will Ferrell at all?
No.
No.
I don't want to. But really, you know, what's he going to say? You know.
Well, I don't know. That's just it.
Anchorman was my whole thing, you know.
So you're still you're not letting that one go, are you?
No, I was like, hey, I'm Ron Burgundy. I would come in the office joking around like that.
Same name and everything. Wow.
My favorite tweet was when you said that like Lauren was falling apart and you were calling the shots.
Calling the shots.
Yeah, and people were tweeting back at me like, you always calling shit, you know. But of course, even in a couple of media things, you know, Colin Quinn claims that he was, you know, running SNL secretly, you know.
Yeah.
What dummies?
They're just stupid.
That was the tweet that got them, that I was calling the shots over at SNL.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how stupid they are. Like, they literally just, like we said before, copy and paste what some other person has written or a blogger, and they don't do any homework or read the context in which these tweets are written.
No.
Thanks for adding to that.
That was your turn, Colin.
Yeah, exactly.
That was your turn.
I fucking hit the ball.
That was the setup.
I hit the ball over the net. What?
It's hard when you're not in the studio.
Yeah, it is.
You feel out of the loop. You feel like, I feel like everybody's sitting there after each silence going, okay, let's get off this goddamn phone now.
No.
A few people have rolled their eyes, but that's about it, really.
Do you know Colin could do that again today, and people will still just think he's for real?
Yeah.
Like, they're idiots. They do no research whatsoever. How many followers do you lose?
Well, at first I lost 800 at the beginning, but then I got a couple more. Now I'm back. I'm almost even to where I started yesterday.
It's like Twitter blackjack.
Yeah, I'm about even.
His Twitter stats is like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah.
Every time you're finally over 100,000, but every time you got close, you decide to blow it up and lose.
But this is how
2,000 to
Twitter should.
3,000.
This is exactly how Twitter should be used. Like, anyone who takes it seriously is an asshole. Mm-hmm. I mean, Colin is mocking the whole thing. I love it.
The best is when like some guy like attacks, you know, like some guy attacks for me, and they start attacking some poor idiot that doesn't get it, and like they just ruin them. Like some girl yesterday was like, sounds like somebody's jealous, you know.
Yeah.
Spreading negativity makes you look like a fool. And guys are like, shut up, you dirty hole.
They react to a spitball with a howitzer.
One guy just writes back, AIDS.
That's probably one of ours.
Yeah, probably. You think?
I'm being polite.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love those people who try to get philosophical and teach you a life lesson through a tweet.
In 140 characters,
Yeah.
You're going to get enlightened.
You know, as Confucius always said. Shut the fuck
You
up.
think Confucius used the letters U-R for your... And, you know,
Yeah, when he was trying to write UL.
just... That's very funny, Jimmy.
That was a good one.
Ooh, that's it. Look at the big book out there from Chris Matthews.
Yeah.
The scumbag who wouldn't come on our show.
Talk about JFK. It's really. This is what we need, another book about JFK, because we don't know every fucking thing they're Did you know he fucked Marilyn?
Why wouldn't he come on your show?
Because he's a douchebag. That's why.
He was booked, and then, a dumb excuse was had.
Yeah.
Which means he found out, I guess, who we are or something.
Yeah, his publicist probably listened to the show.
Yeah, it was like, oh, shit. You don't want to go on on that show.
Yeah, they'll actually read your book and then tell you what they think of it. And they don't care about your influence in this business.
It's a look inside his childhood.
Yeah.
Gives a shit.
A privileged fucking childhood.
What's that?
He's from Philly.
No, we mean JFK.
Oh. I read a book about it when I was a little kid. I know. By the way, I know I'm going to get disconnected by you for this. When I was a little kid, because you guys are going to be signaling at me.
Yay.
No.
I read a book about
do that to you at
JFK,
all.
and it really was quite an impacting book. It was like he used to eat toast. He had a fight. He had a piece of toast, and he got on the bus and he had a fight with a kid who turned out to be his best friend.
That's always a nice way to start things off.
Humorous anecdote.
Yeah, I wish you were here yesterday. We could have had Chris Matthews in, done an hour on that. So the toast incident, Chris, did you write about that? Go. Hey, you
Use toast as a metaphor for what JFK was.
Yeah, like he was wearing toast on his head and it got shut off.
A bunch of jelly. Some jelly on it.
Someone threw butter from the grassy knoll.
Well, the only uncalled for thing yesterday was in the middle of each Twitter war and all these media things was once in a while somebody would just trash and go, and by the way, Voss stinks.
Voss never gets off unscathed.
But by the way, Carl,
Yeah.
this is why.
He did it.
This is why I told you should have. You should have gone on Piers Morgan without warning that producer. You should have just on TV just said it's a joke. You should have shamed them. You were too nice.
That was for the other one, yeah.
I know, but I'm saying you should have shamed them publicly.
Unbelievable.
How about the fact that I get off the N train? I had to go do a thing on.
Oh, don't call it that.
Thing and
Oh.
I get off the N train.
Everyone knows that's the D.
Of course.
About 11:30 at night, I come up my station. There's a picture of Bill Burr on the middle of the car.
I love it. I would love to see that picture of your face.
Did you just look down at your phone real quick and not look up until you were on 56?
No, I just took my phone and I made somebody take a picture of my face over his.
I don't think we could believe anything Colin says anymore.
No.
Confirmed
Just a
Twitter liar.
Nothing but lies.
Just a phony baloney.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Quinn.
Yeah, you better go back to tweeting or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Colin, you could have been uplifting with your fame instead of spreading all that negativity.
You're right. You're right. Like one of the Kardashians. That's why they have 10 million followers, because they put in positivity.
Yeah. What was your
But I started the morning on some positive notes. I was saying really good stuff.
What was your favorite headline you read yesterday about yourself?
I don't know. I didn't really. What is it? Colin Quinn slams. Let's see what this one says. Colin Quinn tweets that Will Ferrell had a bad drug problem. Then they go over my timeline, and they even have my early day, like in the early part of the day.
Yeah.
I was tweeting like feeling a lot of good things going on in the world right now for me. A lot of positivity, and they like tweet those too.
Why did
They don't even explain like why.
Why you said that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Bunch of idiots.
Can they look at you and realize you couldn't feel good?
No, they know he's joking around. They're just taking it seriously. So all because
they get the
they're
headlines?
pandering to the morons.
Something
yeah.
to talk about, yeah.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
think? You think that plays into it too? They don't
Yeah.
care if it's
Totally.
right?
Then when I'm working in Walmart someday after a crummy gig in the road, some old lady's going to throw something at me. You leave Will Ferrell alone.
I just love that he just said crummy, like he was on Leave It to Beaver.
Crummy. Gee, Beeve. That's crummy. That guy's a creep or something.
Yeah, they're all sticks in the mud, Carl. Don't be such a wet end.
Ooh, what's a wet end?
What's a wet end? It's just like a
I don't know
drip.
if I heard that one before.
Ah, you drip,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a drip.
Yeah, you love that expression. Drip, wet noodle.
Drip
Wet
is
noodle
great.
I like. Yep.
You know?
Well, Colin, congratulations on the big fame thing yesterday.
Thanks. Why didn't it? You would think it would have increased my Twitter followers by like, sevenfold.
No.
That is like broke even.
Yeah.
Cash in and just walk out.
Yeah,
I'm
walk
really
away.
a non-event.
Turns out to be a non-event.
I'm a living non-event.
You get headlines all over the country and the world.
You're on
and
the
you can't
mail.
get more followers. Yeah, that
Yeah.
proves that Twitter's just bullshit.
I get headlines about Twitter, and I still don't get more.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Twitter thing.
Horrendous.
It's very funny, though.
Because
All right,
horrendous.
All right,
Colin.
Thank you for the update. Thanks for the exclusive interview, by
Yes,
the way.
Thank
we
you,
had the
Colin.
exclusive
Did we-
first
did-
words.
The best with the Chris Matthews interview.
Did we call and wake you up?
What a burn. Yeah, well, you guys called early this morning. I mean, you really should be more considerate, It's on the early hours.
We needed
Colin
you on the
Quinn
show.
trashes Jimmy Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even make the fucking O&A news. You think you're a non-event. Jesus.
In O&A News.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Jimmy
guys.
did say your fingers are very brittle.
Yes, they are.
They look like they could snap very easily.
We were just saying
Yeah.
things about your physical appearance which weren't necessarily complimentary.
When the hell was that?
Earlier today when you didn't pick up the phone.
Yeah, we got very angry.
Sakes. At 6:15, you guys get angry?
Yeah, we got very angry. You didn't pick up your phone at 6:15.
Heaven's sakes.
Jimmy said I had an old Irish lady's fingers.
Yeah, we just would pick you up.
Cancer or something.
Well, there was a song. There was a song that this guy did about you, so we were just.
right,
We were just adding lines to it.
Really? Was it a nice song?
No, it was stupid.
It wasn't
That
bad.
wasn't a nice song.
It was dumb.
He sang your tweets from yesterday, I think.
Oh. Well, it happens,
Should get some fucking royalty money from
Yeah,
him.
someone will tweet you the link if you want to check it out for yourself.
You won't want to.
Yeah.
No, I know, because by the time I get to it, somebody's going to mess around, and suddenly it'll be about my brittle fingers and whatever.
Yeah, you don't need people futzing around with that.
No, that's right, Jim. I don't.
All right, buddy.
All right, Pally.
All right, well, I hope you guys have a great rest of the show,
So
and I
do
hope Bill and Jim have a strained breakfast afterwards.
Jesus.
All right, buddy.
All right, Colin.
See you,
Colin
Colin.
Quinn, everyone.
Damn, he's funny. A strained breakfast.
What is it? I am Colin Quinn on Twitter?
Yes.
With two N's at the end?
I-A-M, yes, Colin Quinn.
Quinn with two N's.
Quinn.
Bill Burr in studio.
Kim Kardashian's hair looks just like the chicks in the shampoo commercial. You got to admit, for as much as we were all let down by that sham of a marriage. I mean, I don't know about you. I was living vicariously through it.
Were you?
But no, I could give a shit.
Who cares?
Yeah.
She
but
does have great hair.
I just can't believe, how she scammed all those poor people over at People Magazine. Like, I don't know how they're going to get back on their feet.
I don't know. A lot of people upset with her, apparently. Yeah. Who gives a flying
I could care less.
Right.
Yeah, she's fucking
Great tits,
she's
though.
fucking gorgeous.
She's
Exactly.
amazing.
She deserves to lead everyone around by the nose. You know what? That's why she because she's out of everybody's league.
Yeah.
And she did exactly what those fucking out of the league chicks do to you in bars. Lead you on, you bought her a drink, and then she just walks away from you.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Jesus.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Jesus, hey,
Christ.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Bill, I got to ask you about Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
You went on a tour there.
Kim Kardashian would be just another pretty face.
Really?
No one would even notice her. Oh, did I tell you about that fucking supermodel I saw did a face plant in the crosswalk?
No.
In Stockholm, Sweden. It was fucking hilarious. She was like, she was drunk, so she like fell in slow motion, right? And her face is going right to the pavement. She's crossing against the light, by the way. And at the last
damn
second,
her.
she turned her head, and I swear to God, like a lawn dart, all her weight landed right on her ear. And then she just lays there and starts crying, right?
What'd you do?
Nothing. I just stood there. And I yelled in like accented English, you might want to get up, because the cars were coming. And she just laid. She was so fucking hot. She just laid there, expecting the world and the traffic to stop. And you know what? It did.
It
Wow.
did.
Stop. Dude, if I was laying there, they would have ran over me.
It would have ran over your
Why
foot.
didn't you go over to help her?
Because traffic wouldn't have stopped if I went out there. They would
Really?
have knocked out both my knees, and then this bitch would have got up and never would have noticed.
They would have thought you
Never
knocked her
would've-
down.
Never would have thanked me, and I would have limped for the rest of my life. And she would be like, "Oh my God, you guys,
So you said,
my
"Fuck it."
ear." Yeah, that was tremendous.
Wow.
How many
I don't
dates
know, I'd
did you
have
do
helped.
over there?
I did 5 cities in 7 days. It was a thrash. I went London, Copenhagen, Oslo, Helsinki, and Stockholm. And I was doing this bit about Hitler, which is fucking hilarious because when you're in Europe and you talk about Hitler, every country you go to either got bombed by him or is embarrassed because they chose his side. And so it got really fucking weird. And which, of course, is something I enjoyed.
What kind of a Hitler thing could you bring up? You don't have to do the bit. I mean,
I
just
was
topic.
saying, it always fascinated me that people would follow him because he never seemed composed to me. He seemed like such a spaz. Like, it's just like, nobody else is going, this guy's kind of out of his fucking mind. His hair's all sweaty, flopping around, right? I just don't, it's just, other than what he did, his speeches are fucking hilarious. They're laugh out loud funny because he's just so, he just seems like somebody's angry dad. Like, he'd just be like, all right, Dad, yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm sleeping over my friend's house. A kid would walk away from that guy. Yet, he almost took over the world. So, I was doing the bit in Finland, and I didn't realize that Finland had sided with them. But I give Finland a pass because they were basically on the Eastern Front had Stalin, and on the West they had, Southwest, they had Hitler. So, it's basically...
You're in a bad spot.
Yeah, you're basically in between two of the biggest psychos in history simultaneously, and you got to flip a coin. If you look at the cars
Who
the
you
Germans, the cars the Germans make, Russians, they drink vodka and they got their stashes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they made the right choice. And then they ended up, then they actually fought off the fucking Russians, but still at the end of the war had to give up a city as part of their payment because they sided with the wrong guy. The World War II is fucking is so hilarious when you see some of these dictators, like the ego trips they're on. If you ever watch like a Mussolini video, you don't know what he's saying, but that guy is so full of himself.
Yeah.
And he does that
He
shit.
just looks full when he crosses his arms.
And
puts his nose up like,
and his lower lip comes out like Tony Clifton, and he's just sitting there nodding like that, and he's just like at the top. And at the beginning, he almost went with the Allies. In the last second, he's like, dude, it's like betting the 1 o'clock game at like 12:58. Chargers of KC. Who are we going here? Fuck that fucking Phillip Rivers. Is he gonna do it? Fuck it. Let's go with the Chargers. And then, dude, so he's on top of the world. You know, he's got pussy, he's got all these bitches and all this fucking money. Within 2 years, he's hanging upside down outside a gas station.
Yeah, they're kicking him in the face.
Yeah,
He's
it's
dead.
over. And it's just fucking over. So
but that must be weird, though. It's a whole different take being over there, where countries, I guess, still have that thing where they were bombed by these people. So
yeah,
like they have a different take on it.
Like,
but there's no one alive that was, or for the most part.
Yeah, but
during that.
but there's underlying shit. Like with Sweden, they weren't shit before World War II, but they remained neutral. That was their big move.
Yeah.
So they never got bombed. So just by not being leveled, they became an economic power. But they sold out Norway. They said, Hitler, hey man, seem like you're really believing in that stuff. We're just going to step aside, look the other way as your troops go into. They totally sold out the Norwegians.
Oh, they let them march through their country.
Yeah.
They were neutral, but they
so there's definitely some feelings there.
Oh, okay. All right, so there's a little bit of dirt between the countries.
No, it's hilarious. All this shit, just like hanging out, talking to people. I guess Norway got their freedom from Sweden in 1905, and then they didn't have shit. Sweden went up after World War II. So Norway was in such a bad way. They go, we'll give you a third of the country back or something if you give us 50% of Volvo. Sweden said, go fuck yourself. And then like 5 years later, like the Beverly Hillbillies, Norway finds all this oil underneath it. And now it's like the most expensive place to live. And all the 7-Eleven jobs the Swedes do. They come over the border.
Oh, now the roles reversed.
Yeah, some Swedish guys go, we are basically the Mexicans. It's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
That's about all I learned. I learned...
the people look good.
Dude, they're fucking...
Beautiful people over there.
And 9 feet tall. The amount of 11-year-olds that were like 5'6", voices hadn't even changed yet. Hey, let's go to Toys R Us. Like fucking, like looking you in the eye. It's fucking ridiculous. And they're like... But after a while, there's so many... like blonde, blue-eyed, good-looking people. They've almost become background. Like all of a sudden you'll see a brunette, you're like, holy shit, like just something different.
Like something different.
I felt like a fucking mongoloid over there.
Why are you just like a
just
fucking...
like, Jesus Christ. I am a chewed-eared fucking mutt over here. This is just... But it was a great time, and it was...
How they know you over there?
They didn't.
Oh,
and you could tell that by the ticket
Are you
sales.
shitting me?
What's that?
What is that? Are those Scandinavian or Swedish chicks? We're looking at pictures of Swedish chicks in bikinis.
But the thing is you're really getting blown away by their bodies. But if you look at their face, there's a lot of sixes in there. It's just that the blonde hair over here
that's what it
so...
is. It's the big blonde hair thing and just...
Look at that one on the bottom. She looks like a mom. Is that the mother of those three?
Yeah, it probably is.
Probably is, and then she would
the
still
mom
be hot.
and the daughters.
Just something nice about a 6-foot fucking Nordic blonde. There's just something fucking beautiful about that.
Jimmy, I'm telling you, they're there to be had.
Want to have sex with a giant woman?
Jim.
I don't do Europe.
No?
No.
Why not?
You should do yours.
They hate
racist.
Americans. They do.
They don't.
They won't like
Really?
me. They won't like.
No. Oh, Jimmy.
They will.
Let's build up his self-esteem.
No, I don't mean from in England.
Jim,
They
as much as they don't like us in the back of their heads, they realize how much cool shit they stole from us. So they still kind of like you.
But England, I'd offer to go to England, but I won't go to England.
Yeah. All you got to say when they give you shit is you just go, do you really think I determine our foreign policy, you fucking moron?
I don't even want to do that. Just that they annoy me. Honestly,
have you gone out?
No. I have not. I've heard enough stories from people. And the guys that they like are
But
good
this guy
comedians.
just got back.
I've been in enough bars where somebody from Hackensack told me what... I'm telling you, dude. Go over there.
Well, comedians, I mean, that went over there.
Jimmy,
They're like
go
Greg
over there?
Proops. They're not going to like me. I'm not going to go over there and go, oh, the U.S. is stupid. Americans are stupid, because that's what they think.
No, dude, I was over there trashing them. So sick of you guys acting like you're better than us. You're just as fucking dumb as we are. You're not as fat as us, but you're definitely mushy with your fish and chips torsos. They died laughing. They don't. Jim, you're going to go over there, you're going to have an accent. You're instantly going to be mysterious, Jim. For the first time in your life, you're going to be mysterious.
I just don't.
They're going to find you as interesting as you find yourself, Jim.
I don't fucking want to go to Europe. Fuck them. Fuck Europe.
Let's go to Europe.
Fuck them. I hate the whole fucking region. I hate the resentment they have.
We got
and as
fans
soon as
over
the
there.
fucking Soviet Union fell,
Yeah,
the whole
they
fucking
didn't need
they
us
put together
anymore.
the euro. They start shitting on the
Anthony, how bad do
states.
you
All
wanna
of a
go
sudden,
now?
Our foreign policy is terrible.
No,
Fuck
Tim,
them.
I do like a mysterious thing.
Fuck another Hard Rock Cafe gig. Let's go to Europe with Jim Norton.
I do like
you know
the
how
idea of
great
being
that would
mysterious
be?
with an
I've
accent.
turned down every
Come
offer.
on, let's do this.
Jim, I swear to God, Jim, they're just
Let's
like
do
you.
this.
They're just like you. They're trying to get a sandwich. They want to get blown. You know, most of them don't pay attention to fucking politics. People aren't over.
Where's a safe place for Jimmy to go just to try it
Australia,
out?
I'd like to
try it out.
Australia.
Beirut would be a good one to start.
London, is that safe or no?
Yeah, it's fine. Like they don't.
Jimmy, we got to do this.
I have no desire.
just to experience it.
I literally don't care. It's not to be. I'm sure they'd be okay.
You know what? They
It's not a
hurt his
desire.
feelings, and Europe needs to send Jimmy an apology.
Never. I just have no desire to entertain them. I don't find them interesting. I don't care about going. I'm not saying it's bad to go, but I've never really cared about
Paris, Jim? You wouldn't
going. For what?
I know.
No, I don't. I understand they have a great culture.
It makes
means
him
nothing to
angry,
me.
though. Not only does he not want to go, it
Dude,
just makes
you know
him
what I want
angry
to do?
bringing it up.
I want to get Rosetta Stone French and become just totally fluent in that accent, in that language, completely understand it, and then go to Paris and act like the biggest fucking moron American. Like,
Oh,
I'm
and
gonna
see
get
what
one
they-
of them crow sounds
And see what they
and
say?
just listen to what they say.
That would be hilarious.
And then you
to do.
videotape it. You videotape it, and then you just write the translations of what everybody's saying.
What they're saying about
Yeah.
you. Well, that's a great idea.
It's a lot
Shit.
of work for a bit.
It is a lot of work.
You gotta
Just bring
learn
a
the
friend.
No,
language.
but I always want to learn to speak another language, and I failed it 3 years in a row.
Which one? Spanish, probably?
No, French.
That's
You
hard.
went French.
I went French.
Most
Languages
people go
are
Spanish
hard.
in high school.
A lot of people are smarter than me.
No,
That was the language to learn when it was El Tablo.
Right. Dirty Spanish.
I took 2 years of French forced by my mother because she thought it was more intellectual, and I regret not taking Spanish.
Well, my point, everyone went Spanish because it was easier.
How the fuck do you learn a whole language as a baby, and then you can't fucking learn a language when you grow up? It's
that
beyond
part of
me.
your brain shuts off.
Right.
That's fucking stupid.
No, it's not. You don't need it.
Well, go yell at God.
I know. I am.
But you know what?
Right now.
My
And that's on a list, believe me, of things to yell at God
Un
about.
perro es gris e blanco. That's all I got out of fucking.
me and Jimmy share a maid, and her English
Oh,
is
I
broken.
bet you do.
She's good though.
Tag team.
And she just talks to my son in Spanish the entire time she's there. And I'm like,
that's
fuck
good.
yeah. I hope he's soaking some of this shit in. Because he's not going to be able to learn it. You're right, Ann. At 14, 15, it's over, John.
Then you become an idiot when it comes to languages.
Right.
How dumb is our generation? Just your reaction to that. I think you'll be, oh, this would be great. He'll become bilingual. And his reaction is, fuck yeah. Hopefully he soaks in some of this shit.
For what? I don't know. Because in the end, did we really need another language? No.
We're becoming old. We don't understand it.
I took 6 years. I suck at speaking Spanish. I can't even put a sentence together.
No, dude, you go over there and you pick it up just because you have to.
Yeah, but what? All right.
Do you think, like, if you went to another country and lived there for 6 months, you'd be able to communicate
Absolutely.
pretty well?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Just because you have to. Like,
Don't you need, like, the code? Fucking, don't you need the fucking key to the code?
Isn't it hard?
I think certain languages
It's not that-
absolutely
it's-
too.
dude, I'm telling you, if you lived over there and you actually tried to do it, that'd be like, dude, do you think if in 6 months, if you worked out every day, that you'd see some results? You would. I'm not saying you'd be over there going flying around, but yeah, you.
All you have to do is pick up on some key words here and there. That's all.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You don't have to speak it fluently to get by.
I'd love to.
I think Japan would be tough though. Going to Japan.
Japanese? Speaking Japanese?
Fuck that. I don't know.
That's a whole other animal.
That's where I
you do.
disagree
It's not one
with
of the
Bill
romance
Burr.
languages.
This is what you do. You get some barely legal Puerto Rican girl.
All right.
Kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a good time with her.
Sure.
And the only way you can get laid is if you talk her into bed in Spanish. You start with that.
So now you're talking
yeah.
about some kind of incentive. The
Some
carrot,
motivation.
the proverbial carrot
Yes.
dangling in front
Anthony
of me.
would never have sex with a Puerto Rican girl. So
No, there are a few.
Yes, he
you
would.
would.
There are a few I would.
He would.
Like who?
Not like crazy, not fucking.
Point
you know.
one out.
Oh, let me tell you. Not like that. Not Rosie Perez.
You got one, though, in
Should
mind?
fuck Rosie Perez?
Not, well, no.
You're crazy.
I think Anthony's heart's going to melt as he gets older.
You think I'm getting
Just like the
softening
Grinch.
up?
Just like the Grinch, his heart's going to grow
and
up
I'm
to more
gonna,
sizes.
and I'm going to smile and curl at the
Show us a
edges.
Puerto Rican you'd have sex
He's
with.
going to give away all his money like Carnegie at the end of his life.
Let me see if Let me see if Pals
How about
people
that right
Oh,
there?
my God. Come on.
course.
That,
How would
she's
you not
pretty.
fuck her?
Yeah,
Of
She's
course.
a doll. That's a doll right there.
Yeah, she's very pretty, that girl. I don't know who that
Rosie
is.
Perez is not.
Would you friend her? She just popped her up on Facebook or something. No, Rosie Perez has just got that annoying voice and everything that goes along with it.
She's too ghetto.
Is
yeah,
this,
yeah.
Is
Little
this,
too
ghetto for you?
Little too ghetto.
is this my daddy left when I was young.com? Is that what this is? These
Yeah.
poor girls. What
Baggage.
are they doing? What are they doing to their lives?
What baggage they have. Does that upset you, Bill, when you see girls that are scantily clad knowing that their upbringing was probably not stellar?
No, because I still look at them
You're still
and
exploiting it.
abuse the photos. Yeah, absolutely. But only now that I've gotten older, I just start thinking like that was somebody's daughter. That's in the last couple of years. That
Isn't that
actually
odd how
creeped
that
in.
changes
Yeah,
as
and
you
you
get a
just
little
like-
older? You start thinking things like that, and you want to smack yourself in the head for
Dude,
it.
like I remember when what's his face Fishburne was going through the whole thing. I went on
Oh,
the
yeah,
radio,
yeah.
and somebody was going, "Yeah, what do you think about that?" I was like, "I think it's fucking horrible."
As a father, that guy is a father. You're not
Yeah.
even a dad, but you would understand that how horrible that would be.
We had her on, right?
No.
No, we never had her on. did we?
Should have.
Yeah, we did.
I even
Did
feel
we?
bad
What?
bringing it
Wait,
up.
Did we?
We had Fishburne's daughter on.
On the phone?
E-Rock.
Maybe a phoner.
Yeah, I think we had a phoner with her.
We had her
Okay.
on. Who was in that day?
Really?
We felt so fucking sorry for her.
You know what it is about these girls is when they dress up like that, they actually think that they're pretty, and that's what people are thinking.
Right.
Oh,
and
no,
then
no.
20 minutes later,
Yeah, you're
cocky all over their face, and no one's talking to them as they silently toweling themselves off. Look at this girl. Look at her in her face. You can see it in her face. Just,
Oh yeah, there's some there. Well, look at the fucking big orb tits and everything. She looks great. I ain't fucking
those snow globes they
great.
put in there.
It's fucking great. Yeah.
You a fan of the snow globes, Bill?
No, I'd say the best fake titties I've seen is in Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. They got the whole teardrop thing down. But then
Figured it out.
I don't understand how you can put a bag of plastic chemicals in your body and your immune system accepts it.
Doesn't just try to eat it.
Yeah, it doesn't just
I
immediately.
guess because it's so sterilized. And what? Maybe something in your body that shouldn't be there. You're right.
Look at that girl. She probably want to be an architect.
She looks too ghetto. She's like ghetto. That chick. That's nothing for that. Like
You know what?
No.
She's probably blown people on more continents than you've been states.
you're right. I fucking wouldn't doubt it. Oh man.
What about that, Ed?
Yeah, that's all right.
She's Spanish?
She's got a big ace.
I know, but look at her smiling. Like she should be ashamed. She's actually smiling.
She's got to
Here it is.
hiding the tears.
Am I a princess?
Look how pretty I am. Yeah.
And look at that picture of that guy getting paddled with a lightsaber.
There's no dignity.
Yeah.
No dignity
I
whatsoever.
don't press
there.
play. I didn't know it was a video.
Yeah. Give a fucking shit.
There's a good girl. Go up a little bit. That's a good girl.
Oh, over there?
Oh, I thought she had cum on her face.
She's moments away from that, Jim.
Yeah.
From the looks of the picture. Yeah, so, Hispanic girl. I guess that's what we were getting at
Fair enough.
occasionally.
I like them.
Yeah, that's a goal in my life, which probably won't come true, is I want to learn to speak another language.
Yeah.
And I can't, just to have the date, the moment when someone talks shit about me.
And you know what
In
to
that
say.
And I
language,
can
and you
say,
know how to
just for your
answer back.
information, not all Americans are stupid.
Yeah.
Just so I have that dumb, dramatic moment, except I say it in their language.
That was always good in, what was that, in Braveheart, I guess, when they started bad-mouthing him in fucking Latin. And he just started blah, 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 like rambling Latin back at him,
yeah.
like, go fuck yourself.
And
You would think I'm a savage, but I know some shit.
And that only happens in your dreams and in movies.
And in movies.
But in reality, they will talk shit about me for the rest of my life.
And you'll just be smiling, nodding. Yeah. Yeah.
When I worked for Christoph Silver, there was German ladies that worked at the store in the city, and there was
Steiner.
there was somebody ordering candlesticks, and he was being annoying, and they just kept saying to each other, "I think he wants to take these home and stick them up his ass." And the guy then spoke to them in German, which was a great moment, I think, to fucking know German. It's the whole story.
Yeah. No, it's good.
It's the only example I have.
Like it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that if you like the power. That's what I love too. Is it's like you immediately have this secret code. If you can speak a language with another friend that nobody understands. Just imagine being in an elevator and you could speak a language
Whatever
nobody
the fuck you
understood.
want, right.
You'd be like, look at this cunt.
That is annoying, but you always have that thing where you don't know if the person does understand what you're saying. You know, you're in an elevator, and you're like, look at this fucking bitch. And then you don't know if she's going to turn around and start, you know.
Most cases, you just
No,
you
most
you
cases, but it's
start
not
off
100%.
nice.
Yeah, true.
You start off nice.
Yeah, you feel
just,
it out a little
You just
bit.
say, I really like your tie, sir. And when he doesn't turn around, look at this fucking.
Yeah, people that are going to do that, they got to figure it out. Got to start slow. So we're not going to get Jimmy to Europe.
No, that ain't going to
Come
happen.
on, Jimmy.
No desire.
Come on, look, he's got a shaved head and a Kiss T-shirt on. You're lucky to get him out of New Jersey.
No desire to go to. I don't find them sophisticated. They're not interesting.
Let's do it for the show.
He sounds
for the show.
He sounds very defensive.
No,
I
just
think
don't like
secretly
them.
he wants to be liked by them.
You're incorrect.
Jimmy, they would accept you with open arms.
Maybe
do you
they
know, Do you
would.
know how many O&A fans, by the way, were over there?
That's fucked up.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Dude, I had one show. Where the hell was I? It was such a... I want to say when I was in Stockholm, Sweden, like 5 people came up with WOW T-shirts on.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That's so.
I get
fucked
emails from
up.
England and,
And
stuff like
they
that.
go and tell Jimmy to come over. Tell all the
What are
O&A
they doing
guys
over there?
Yeah, fuck them. Let
Living
them
there?
come here to watch a show. Why do I have to go to them? I'm the celebrity entertainer. Ozzy doesn't come to my living room and do gigs. I show up where he is.
But why are you getting angry about it?
Yeah,
not
but
angry.
he comes.
Okay.
He comes to your state. He travels Europe.
He does, but he's British.
He
Musicians
goes
are
to
different.
South America.
Musicians are different. If I thought I would do well there or draw there,
You know, Jimmy, I think we're all human beings. I think
you're
that's a true
absolutely
line.
right. And I like the human beings. I'm more comfortable in the States. I don't even go to Canada. I think Montreal is the most overrated place to do comedy in history. It's a nice city. It's fun.
It's a beautiful city.
It's average. And I do okay there, but I don't do particularly great
I love
there.
Montreal.
Average.
It's more than average.
Average.
Really?
Yes.
You walked around?
Yeah, of course I did.
Old City?
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I did actually. No, I did. I was there twice at one.
Pretty much split in half. You got the old Montreal and the new
Yeah, yeah.
Montreal.
It was actually very pretty.
Canada's weird. It
You
just
go to
looks
the
like
church?
looks like a 60s. Looks like everything looks like America did like
No.
back a few years
Well,
ago.
that's Toronto.
Toronto is just
Mostly.
weird. It's like a time machine. Yeah.
Horrific traffic.
Montreal,
there.
not so much.
Really?
Ugh. Horrific traffic there.
Where? Montreal?
No, Toronto.
I've been there in years and years. Toronto, I would actually like to do again. That's one place I want to go back to.
The Asians love Toronto.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to go because Snow is from there. DJ Snow.
Snow.
I don't know who that is.
What?
The fucking Informer. You know that fucking guy?
Did you used to like that song, Jimmy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, younger. I was younger.
When you wore your Kango hat?
No, it wasn't that old.
When you were in the Lords?
No, this is way after that time.
I laughed at the other interpretation that Snow was from there. The
Oh,
actual,
okay.
which I thought was
That's
funny,
what I thought
too.
he was doing.
Oh, that is
no.
funny. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Yeah.
Let's do this. Woo! Turn this up, man.
I wasn't trying to segue into the song.
yeah.
For Jimmy, buddy.
Man,
I lick your bum bum.
This takes you right back, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
This takes me back to when I was one of the 99%. Those days
How
sucked
did he get
ass.
away from this? A white guy from Toronto rapping with some, is this Jamaican accent?
Yeah. How do you do that? E-Rock, is this part of a theme? No? This isn't part of Sex Man?
Getting topical, right?
Snow, is Snow 49 years old today or something?
Oh, we can do this all day.
It's just a dumb reference.
Catch
Yeah, it
it.
really is.
You don't remember the song? Oh, you did.
Sometimes people like that little blast of nostalgia you get with a little audio.
Oh, do you know,
Sometimes.
I told people over there, I said, yeah, I'll start coming over, every year and a half I'll come over here. And the resounding response was, why?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they act like they live in Iowa. It's like, this is fucking beautiful over here. And they go, oh, all right. Like
Why would you come back here? Really?
Yeah.
Now, I know you like to move around in between gigs and check out the city and stuff. You see any cool stuff?
Well, it was such a thrash because it was like 5
Oh, it was
different
quick?
cities in 7 days. So I was going in to their morning shows. And
How's that?
it's a fucking trip, man.
It's
You're
gotta be weird.
It's like, oh my god, yeah. And then people open for you, and they're speaking, Norwegian or something, and everybody's laughing, and then you just
You have
walk
no
out,
clue.
and you're just like, hey, how's it going? They just switch over.
Holy
Hey!
shit, that's fucking
Really?
weird. A whole audience of people that can speak 2 languages. It's crazy.
Yeah, it blows our mind. But then I only had one guy who was a dick. I was in when I was in Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
I was going. I can't. I can't. I always forget. I go, does it go Norway, Sweden, Finland, or Finland, Sweden, Norway? And then he turns around. Oh, it's the Americans. You're so stupid with the geography. Literally said it, and then it was funny because he didn't commit to it. He's like, and then he said it, and then tried to like laugh with me. It's like, no, you were being a douche. And I go, I fucking trashed that guy. I go, really? I go, where the fuck
where's
is
fucking where's South Dakota,
I go,
bitch?
Where's Missouri in relation to Tennessee? He goes, I don't know. Really? Yeah? I'm so fucking stupid. Did you go to medical school to be a cab driver? Go fuck yourself.
Holy shit.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Did the audience enjoy that?
No, this was in a cab.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This was in a cab. Oh, I
thought it was an audience member.
We trashed that guy. Dude, I was pissed because he was such... It wasn't that he said it, it's that he tried to laugh it off.
Right.
You Americans are so stupid with the jokes. And he goes, I'm just kidding after I said it.
Stupid.
As I yelled at him, he sat there and just stared at the windshield with that same stupid, cheesy smile on his face, like completely uncomfortable.
Good for you. That was him naked. To me, that's the whole continent, is that fucking guy.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. Because then I went
why
down,
we got to go, Jimmy.
No, because I went there, and this is the worst story I could have told with Jim Norton here.
That guy was just honest. He was the only honest one over there.
Oh, Jesus, Jimmy.
That guy was the only honest one. That's how they all look at us.
He sounds like a scared old lady.
But I'm not.
They're not going over there. They don't like us.
I don't think it's brave.
I don't know what's going to happen.
It's not scared. It's not an act of bravery.
What if the plane falls in the ocean?
I just don't think it's fucking cultural. I don't want to see them. It's not a fear thing. It's not a matter of I'm not brave enough to face them.
I want to know what this is about. It seems like there's something else going on here.
Adamantly.
Yeah. It angers you, Jimmy.
I think I think it's by experience of seeing what happens around the world as far as
Just start slow. Go to Greenland, and then we'll work our way over to Iceland. You'll see. You'll have an accent. You will be mysterious. Jimmy.
I want to be
I
mysterious.
have no desire to be there. I don't care about them. I don't care about entertaining them.
What about Australia?
That one, Australia, I kind of want to go.
You want to go there?
Yes, I do.
What about Spain?
Never thought about it or resisted it.
All right, this is what I was told. Don't go south of Berlin. When you go down to Munich, their comedy is they want to see some girl's titty pop out or slip on a banana peel. They are in the Stone Ages when it comes to comedy.
Really?
No, because I had some people flew in. Because, dude, it's like a Southwest flight. Everything over there is a Southwest flight.
Oh,
and
right.
you're in a completely different culture, language, and all that. Because, obviously, back in the day, everyone was riding around on a fucking yak. And they just developed their cultures, right? So, I had people, flew in from, Romania. Which was hilarious because I had a joke that I made a reference to Transylvania. And I learned that that's where Transylvania is. I didn't even know it existed.
I thought it was a fake place.
I thought it was like one of those Boris Karloff made-up cities. And they came from Romania. They go, where Transylvania is. And I was such a moron American. Oh, that place really exists. And then you see it in their eyes, like whatever they thought of you goes down like 4 notches. Like,
all of a sudden, you're just that dumb American.
Dude, there's another moron American moment. I was on stage last night in Stockholm, Sweden, and I came walking out, Spinal Tap moment. I go, hey, it's great to be back here in Switzerland.
Oh, shit.
And they all go, laughing. And I wasn't joking. I fucked it up. I was like an typical American. They both start with SW. They're both in Europe.
Oh, man, you pulled it off, though.
I totally played it off. And when I told Nia afterwards, she goes, yeah, I thought you did that on purpose. I went, no, I didn't.
Shit.
I didn't. I was dead serious.
You got away with one, man.
Hey, use it every time now that you go back there.
Good for you.
Fucking good.
Yeah. So I think that's about all I learned.
Holy shit.
Other than that, Swedes look down on people from Finland, and people from Finland thinks people from Sweden are gay.
Are gay?
Because the way they talk, the way they kind of sing it.
They don't like that?
I guess. I can't tell a difference. It all sounds the fucking same to me over there. But,
Tom,
that is it.
Tom on Long Island, is this worth doing? He says, can Bill tell the Joe DeRosa story about him waking him up?
Oh, I can tell that story.
Is it good?
The hardest.
Is it good?
The hardest.
Well, I don't know.
That's a tough one. It's like, all right, I'll give it a whirl.
The hardest I've laughed at 7:50 in the morning without having stayed up all night. I came, was staying in this place the first night I crashed there, and he went into the bedroom. I'm sleeping on the couch. He's got the door closed. He's got the air conditioner cranked or whatever. So I guess he didn't hear me coming, and he was sound asleep. And he forgot that I was there. So I opened the door, and he fucking freaks out, but only from the waist down. His from waist up, he's totally paralyzed, and his feet just start kicking like he's doing the backstroke, trying to set a record. He just goes, They just start, and they hear the sheets going. Dude, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack. I fucking bursted out laughing. Dude, you know when you wake up, everything's tight. Like my abs still hurt from how fucking hard I laughed. And then
he must have been so pissed that you were laughing at him.
No, he tried to play it off. He just goes, Jesus Christ. and I just started giving him shit. I go, that's what you got? That's all you got? If an axe murderer comes in, that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna start flapping your fucking feet around? Do you know how funny that puke sound is when it hits the fucking garbage bag? Dude, if you had the sound of his feet kicking under those fucking sheets. Dude, it was a blur. He opened his eyes and all
like a bitch.
His fight or flight was his feet. We're just going to do the fucking flipper move.
He might as well, his body probably just reacted like he was standing up and wanted to run.
I think that's laying down. Yeah, he was
just
running.
A natural. It wasn't even the full brain. It was just the brain stem sending a signal to the legs to just run away.
He was in full flight mode, lying down, and he couldn't figure out why he wasn't getting any traction.
Jesus.
Oh, shit.
So there you go. Anytime you can trash DeRosa, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you would be mysterious over there.
Never happening, brother. I have no desire to go.
Just to see Jimmy climbing on top of one of those 9-foot Scandinavian women, and they would be thrilled.
Really, yeah.
I love your brown hair.
I don't fucking have a desire to be there. It's not that I think, oh God, they're not going to love me. I don't think they would like me, but I've been bombed in New York.
The world needs you and your comedy.
They don't. They don't at all. And they fucking as a group, I think that Europeans as a group, they've been cunts in the last fucking 40 years. The way they look at the U.S., fuck them. I just don't want to go. And maybe that's me being ignorant, but that's the way I feel. Other comics go and do very well. Great. I mean, I don't knock it. It's just not for me.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, and everybody's defined by the biggest morons. We're defined by those people who go over there, speak English. What the fuck, right? We're defined by those guys, and we define them by that one douche. I almost judged all of Denmark because of one asshole cab driver, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I showed up. Everybody was psyched. The 100 people that came out were psyched that I was there, and I'm like, this is the moron self-sabotage move. Where I'm going to now just look at everybody here like they're that fucking cab driver. And I ended up having a great show, Jimmy. And they thought I was mysterious.
Bill's so open-minded.
Yeah, he really is.
No, it's just
I like
not
having
for
a
me.
fucking steel trap closed mind. It's so,
no, I'm open-minded.
So
I'm open-minded when it helps me.
Yeah?
If it doesn't help me. I don't walk down the street at night going, everything is beautiful. Yeah. I used to do a bit how everybody's racist at night, and you have to be. In order to get you have to think the worst of people in order to get home safely. That is your job.
You're on the Serengeti there, you don't know.
Yeah, it's basically past once the sun goes down.
Yeah.
Jimmy, that's another hip-hop song probably from your back in the day. Creeps come out at night, right?
Houdini.
Let's do some Houdini.
Huh?
Strangers.
No, it's the Freaks come out at night.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Freaks come out at night.
I listen to hair metal. I have no idea.
I did too, but I like the little fucking little Houdini and Jalil.
Speaking of hair metal and music, Ace Frehley
And 9:30, yeah.
9:30. How cool was that?
Very.
A Jimmy Guest Day, they've been calling it.
Good.
We like having Jimmy
second one
guests
of the
because Jimmy
week.
gets very excited.
Yes, I do.
And it's fun. Fun to watch.
Yeah, but his interview skills are remember back in the day when he used to those stuttering ones
Oh,
he did?
God,
The
hilarious.
greatest.
I know. Now he just, like
That
compares
clip
questions.
used to kill me when he started to ask that question
Zach Wilde.
the dress.
realized he fucked up and then tried to repeat it again and just
Dress, something about a dress. It was
We
a
have
dress.
that.
We have that?
Fucking great.
Yeah, that was.
E-Rock's got to run down the
That
hall.
was so good.
E-Rock, run down the hall and get that.
Oh, cool. I get to watch the water go like in Jurassic Park.
Shake the whole building.
Houdini just doesn't hold up.
No,
No, man.
Disco don't open till after dark.
Oh, this is old
He looks like
school.
Cool Herc.
Rappers were very non-threatening back
This
then.
was a massive
Like, you
hit.
just watch this, and it was like, oh, okay. But then once NWA came out and shit, all bets were off.
look at those shorts.
Yeah.
It's from the Freddie Mercury collection.
Oh, God.
What year is this?
I'm going to guess 85. That's my guess.
Wow, I'd say 83.
You know what I love about that shit was so new back then. There was like no sort of through line with what they were wearing. It's just like you got anything that would look good on stage. That is just a leather clusterfuck. One of them has the Delirious suit on. You see that?
Doing the Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, the red leather
Grab
suit.
that from Eddie.
84.
We need that.
Oh,
we're both
84.
wrong.
Look at that. We
84.
we split the difference.
That's still a good song.
You like that one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
84.
I like the chorus. I don't like the
Oh,
lyrically, the lyric structure,
Now
but the
you're
chorus
talking.
is good.
You're talking
fucking
27 years
commercials.
ago.
I want to hear some of
That's
that.
fucked
'Cause
up.
This is when fucking hip hop and rap changed for your pal Anthony. I couldn't get into it with that fucking with that pussy shit. But now when NWA fucking hit, oh, was I fucking into it? It was hilarious. Look at this shit.
Hopefully you can relate to
Look at this
Easy.
shit. Yeah. Relate to Easy.
Nice joke.
Anthony.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Now, what year is this? This is late 80s, right?
Yeah.
88,
89, 90.
You know what'd be funny with this is during Ice Cube's verse here is you intercut it with him being mad at that Coors Light bottle.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking business gets everybody after a
And
while.
his fucking movies where he's driving his daughter to fucking school or
Yeah,
some
but that makes
shit.
sense. He's an angry young man here. It's
Yeah,
just like a stand-up comedian. I'll
Yeah.
be wearing a sweater soon, talking about cutting the grass.
That's why someone like Easy, he's now a legend, you know? He would have been like Easy, he would have been like, yeah, man, use Old Spice, motherfucker.
He would have been in that family movie.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the shit that was just fucking funny to me. Everyone got so serious about like, oh, you know, disrespect and singing about the police and the. It's like, it's fucking hilarious. Shit's great.
It's kind of tame.
Straight out of Compton.
Sort of a little tame.
Sort of a cheesy track.
Dope man. That shit and fucking, what was that other band with that guy with one eye? There's another fucking combo.
Oh, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh.
No. I think they were out of fucking Texas or some shit.
That was
Easy E
Warren.
did some
I think
shit with
that
them.
was Warren.
No. NWA, Easy, Ghetto Boys. Thank you.
Was it
Thank you,
Loudness?
Hee Haw, Ghetto Boys.
Is it Loudness?
No, it wasn't Loudness. Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys. Bam, bam, Ghetto Boys.
We got Jimmy's
That
interview.
Shit ruled.
Was that Crocus?
No, it wasn't
No,
Crocus. That's what you were listening to, though, right?
Well, that's
Crocus.
why we ran and got Jimmy's interview about the dress. We haven't played this in a while. Want to just play it into break? Bill, what are you promoting there, sir?
I got nothing.
Bill Burr on
Okay.
Twitter.
I just came in because I like you guys.
Good.
I'm trying to.
Gonna be in
No, I'm
Botswana.
starting to get Jimmy to Europe Foundation.
Never gonna happen. You know why? Because they don't. First of all, they don't fly you and put you like in England. A lot of times, it's supposed to be a great club, the Comedy Store, but it's like you got to get yourself over there. And I'm not big enough where like I saw Chris Rock at the Cellar one night. He's like, dude, you got to go over there, do all the press they get. But it's like he forgets, like, dude, you're Chris Rock. Like you're gonna do the O2 Arena 2 nights in a row. So for you, it's a tremendous place where they already know you. But for me, it's not. So why would I do that? I mean, if you have a desire like Australia, I wouldn't draw in, but I want to go to Australia, so I would go there. But I have no desire to see Europe. None.
New Zealand?
I would like to. I'd rather go there just to see what fucking Once Were Warriors were built.
Yeah. Morocco?
No.
No. Morocco?
No.
Boy. Yeah, no Islamic countries?
No. And fucking my manager can't get enough. Islamabad, he loves it.
He's crazy.
Yeah. He goes to
so,
Afghanistan.
He's so going to have
Airlines.
that dumb look on his face
Yeah.
when his head's cut off.
I told him just to-
everyone looks stupid.
Just travel with an orange jumpsuit, you fucking idiot.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that's how I view countries. Certain countries, I just have an orange jumpsuit painted on it. It's like, I'm not going there.
No.
I'm not
You
going.
watch that show, Locked Up Abroad, and you're just like,
That's-
oh
no,
my
that's it.
God,
That's
that
it.
could be
that one. That
the
makes you
worst
never want to
fucking.
travel.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And there, I got to tell you something. Even being over in Europe, there is something unsettling to not be with your tribe.
See, right, you're outside of your fucking.
I got to
tribe
find
and
the
your
embassy,
comfort
which is like I'm on base. I'm on base. You can't touch me. I'm on base.
zone. Like the stoop when you're fucking playing hide and seek. I'm on base.
Yeah, no, it's just there is something really. Dude, you want to talk about the I can't find my wallet panic. The I can't find my passport panic is the wallet panic times like 900.
You're done. You can't.
I came walking home one night from somewhere and I fucking did and I couldn't find. I left it in the room.
Oh shit!
I had like hand slap prints on my chest from all over my body from fucking checking it like 9 million times and just putting my hands in, knowing it wasn't there, still looking for the fucking thing.
Jonathan said he'll photocopy his passport and carry that and leave the real one like in a safe or something.
You can get away with that?
If they hassle you somewhere, you don't have to have it on you.
Value papers.
You
Really?
yeah.
They allow you to.
I don't know if they allow you to, but the worst that could happen is
they make you get your real one.
You make you go to the hotel and get it, as opposed to losing it in a foreign country.
I wouldn't like to do something where it would be like, oh, that's against the law here. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
well, who gives
it
a
is
shit?
Thailand.
And now you're
yeah.
And now you're in jail, and you're like, what the fuck?
No, I don't go to those rogue.
Weird law
yeah, you
countries.
have like one joint and you get like caned in the death penalty 9 years later. Like, I don't go to those places.
I want to take the chance.
Just to know where those places are.
With this rusted out American tanks sticking out of like the river from years ago.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
Colin Quinn on the line. Colin.
Colin's back.
Sorry, guys. I just had to read you this text I just found this morning from 6:41 a.m.
Okay.
Jim Norton. Do you want to call in or come in this morning? Early, though. We have Ace Frehley at 9.
I had this fucking night.
Fuck you!
I had this nightmare of fucking Ace walking in and this dummy with his fucking tea bumbling in, going, "Oh, yeah, well, Ferrell." I'm trying to talk to an icon, and you're fucking sitting over there dipping your fucking donut in tea.
Colin's an icon to some people.
No, he's not.
Oh.
Hey.
Colin's gone.
Colin's an eyesore.
Well, we should get ready for the Ace Frehley interview.
Yes.
Going to go to break with the famous dress incident from Jim Norton.
I just fell apart.
I got to hear this. I love this.
This is old school. Jimmy's a really good interviewer now.
I'm an average interviewer. I think I'm a
you're really
boring
good.
interviewer.
No,
You've come a long way, man. You do a very good job. All right, more with Bill Burr too.
You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia. I mean, Kim from YSP, who was in love with you, was telling me that you did something in a dress. I don't know what it was. Did you go on stage in a dress, or did you do something in public with a dress? It was really completely uncalled for and hilarious.
I don't know, but if it was, I'm sure it was us, and it was definitely gay. I'm sure we
course.
pulled it off. Of course. You know, when you got guys that are weighing about 265, 250, 245, you know, with dresses that they're bursting out of. And no, we got to make sure the dresses are for like a 13-year-old pubescent girl. You know what I mean? So it's like, she hasn't even hit puberty yet, so you know.
She said you went to a mall. You were in a mall or something like that with a dress, and you had like your chain wallet. She said it was like the most ridiculous thing she'd ever seen.
That's where it was at. Yeah, it was out in in Boston, or we were hanging down in Philly or something like that. But yeah, it was definitely beyond gay. It was a bunch of grown men, and we made sure we went to like a Victoria's Secret and just got the most insane. No, where you just, you know, I can get you in the smallest stuff that like a 13-year-old will wear.
Oh, of course.
And you're just bursting out of these dresses and everything like that. Dude, it was
You
awesome.
just gave him an idea.
Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. 'Cause me and the boys are doing some radio, and I can't find the sound.
Getting ready for the Ace Frehley interview. Ace got a new book out, huh?
Yes.
No regret.
It's great, dude.
You loving it, Jimmy?
I'm very biased because I love Kiss and I love Sabbath, so I'm promoting these books. But it's actually a fucking great book.
Must be, dude. You've blown right through. When did they give you that book?
A couple weeks ago, but I just got distracted at one point. I didn't read for like 5 days, so it's like I should have been finished with these already, but I didn't.
That's okay. Don't beat yourself up.
No, I'm not. But I kind of wish I was done.
You read enough of them.
I know. I have a few pages left.
How many questions do you got for Ace? How many pages of questions?
About 3. But again, I won't get in small font. But I had 4 for Tony.
Let me see. The small font.
Wow. But I won't get to all these. And I'm interviewing for the Boneyard, too, so it's like you want to...
Wow, very
See,
good.
Jimmy has become a great interviewers. They read the book. They're prepared with their questions.
I think I'm a self-indulgent, boring interviewer. Like, I really believe that. I'm not saying that to fish for... I really do. Like, ugh.
Self-indulgent?
Yeah, meaning, like, I don't get good information. Like, some guys can get information out of people, which is it's an art to do that.
Let's waterboard them. Get some fun.
Dude, you could be more self-indulgent than me asking Tony Iommi about John Bonham's bass drum technique. Like, how many people...
That was a moment, though, Bill. We like that one.
I got one email from that, like, dude, I was on the edge of my seat when you asked. And like you, I was disappointed when he didn't know. Out of all the stupid fucking questions.
No, you were good in that interview. You asked him good questions. I mean, and he likes talking about Bonham. It was one of his best friends. So you fucking love Bonham. It was good.
I like how he didn't pull any punches, too. Like, you know, you would think because of the way Bonham passed that he wouldn't bring up the drinking. He just said, oh, yeah, he ordered 12 bottles of champagne. He drank all of them, and he was paralytic.
Paralytic.
Paralytic. Is that even a word?
Yeah, you read the
Now
book.
is.
They're blimey, a lot of blimeys and bloody hell.
Blimey.
I love it.
Blimey.
You would know these are real words, Jimmy, if you went to Europe.
I know, you're probably right. That's why I'm very ignorant. I don't
That's
know.
why you should go to
I
Europe.
kept saying blimmy.
What if Ozzy said, I want to bring you over to Europe so these people could see your comedy?
Thanks, Oz. Let's go. Right. I'm not that set against it. You know, what if a girl wanted to blow you in Europe? I'm on my way.
Jim, it would happen. I'm telling you, instantly. Mysterious. Tell me about in New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly. It was just something like I just never wanted to do. I really didn't. Like, and this is years ago that was offered. Do you want to go over to England? I was like,
Fuck, I'd go in a second. That
I know a lot of
sounds
people
cool.
would.
Let's go as a show.
Even Brazil, I wouldn't go back to. It was fun to go because I went with my friends, and it was. But I just like being in foreign countries. Montreal, I go to only for the money. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I just found it was an average city, nice people.
Montreal's barely a foreign country, though.
But you know what I'm saying? It was like,
oh, it's affordable France. It's awesome. Beautiful women.
But did you go to the church?
No, I go to the, they got that big park there. You run the stairs, and you look out at this beautiful city. Yeah.
It's like a Rocky moment.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Some people love to travel.
I have no. Oh, you want to see something weird? Look up the Angry Baby, Oslo.
Can you do that?
If anybody can look that up,
because we're waiting for Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
Sam Roberts.
This could be good.
They
Hit the
have
Google.
this guy
Pressure's
made
on.
this guy made all these statues about going through all the different phases in life. You should see. There's one guy. He's like kicking babies, and everybody's naked.
What? What? You got to put something else in. The Angry Baby. What?
Oslo.
Oh boy.
OSLOW, Sam.
No.
Where's it O?
OSLO.
You forgot the E.
Yeah.
Potato. Remember?
Let's see if I got a pic. There it is. This is one.
That's a stat. It's like a stomping mad baby.
Yeah.
That's a
great.
dumbass
I've never been so fucking immature as I walk through that park. I forget the name of the park, but they have all these. They got everybody's naked. It's all these different phases of life. I guess there's one naked guy like in this square, like he's fighting against his destiny. But then there's other ones, just a naked guy grabbing a woman and running away with her, basically. And she clearly looks like she doesn't want to be with him. So,
Really? So it's like rape.
The rape phase.
The rape phase of everyone's
There's another
life.
one where he's like. This guy. I guess the pressure of being in a family is the only way I could think of it. He's got like 3 babies, and they sort of look like they're swooping down on him. They're all naked, and then he's got one he's kicking, and the baby's the funny thing. He's got his arms up like a boxer, like he's protecting his
trying
head.
to defend himself. Keep your guard up, kid.
So I went through that whole park. I'm big in the parks. I go into the parks.
Yeah. You go. Yeah. You kind of explore. You
Yeah, it was
don't have to stay
interesting.
in your
They
room,
had
huh?
tennis courts, clay courts.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at that, Roland Garros. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, I don't understand why you would fly that far away and then just sit in your hotel room and be like, yeah, can I get the cheeseburger medium rare, please?
Yeah.
French fries. Anybody can get ketchup instead of the mayo?
Try to watch TV, watch American TV, so you forget you're even over there.
Oh, I know.
What was the first city that got boring to you? Where you go, like you said, you travel and do the walk.
No, you know what?
Well, what city you're like, all right, I've seen everything I could possibly see.
No city over there has gotten boring.
No, I mean in general. Maybe there's one in the States. Because you do this with cities in the States as well.
Let's see here. Nashville can get a little boring just because I never get a car when I'm there, and anything that's cool that's going on and musically is going to be happening when I have shows.
Oh yeah.
And so when you're not in just downtown Nashville, you just sort of, it's just very like Dallas can get boring.
Yeah.
Dallas is just strip mall. Excuse me, hiccups, strip mall. I got all choked up about how much I didn't like Dallas.
How many times are you on the road that you just want to go into a fucking mall? Like in Houston, you stay by the Galleria. There's just nothing to do in some cities. I don't like to do much.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but I just did.
Houston actually has a mall that has an ice rink in it, which is hilarious because it's an ice rink. You're right near the food court. Everybody's shoving this shit in their mouth. A lot of fat people down there.
Yeah.
And then it's Houston, so a lot of people don't know how to skate. I remember standing there watching this Asian dude, and just we were filming him. Somewhere I have the film, laughing our fucking asses off at this guy, and then he did like the thing, you know, where you're starting to fall backwards and your legs are moving like DeRozes in the bed. Dude, and he fell and he cracked his head on the ice and wasn't moving.
Holy shit!
No, it wasn't funny, and immediately stopped being funny. It was just like, all right, dude, come on, man,
That was
get
tragic.
up.
Yeah.
Get up, man, get up.
Come on,
Please get up. Please.
Don't make me have had laughed at you.
I don't want a nightmare over you.
You know, I don't do a lot of I do more just like sporting events. I go to sporting events. That's how I book the road.
Oh, really?
Especially if it's a city I fucking don't want to go to. It's just like, are the Royals in town? What's going on?
You watch the whole game, or you just go for a few minutes or an hour or whatever?
No, I always go for the whole game. When I used to do college gigs by myself, just so I would actually, I was the guy who kept score. I would do that. No, because you felt like because I was clearly by myself. It's almost like, you know, when you start looking at your cell phone and you know nobody's calling you. That's the baseball version, is you just sit there by yourself, like keeping score.
Doing the stats.
Yeah.
There's another K.
I stopped short of having the AM radio with the antenna up.
Radio hat.
Radio hat.
But no, man, I went to...
I never got that, where people like wrote down the
keep
stats.
score,
Like, what do you do with it?
Either.
What do you do with it?
No, because you're able to follow the game way more, because you know what the guy did the last time. You can tell basically how many times people have gotten up. You can get way more of a feel for the game as opposed to just being hammered, yelling at colors.
Well, yeah.
You know, hey, he's got the other team. Fuck you.
Oh, colors.
You know what the...
Oh, you're an idiot.
I knew
Dude,
it.
you know what the best one, though, the best fan out there, I think, is, do you guys ever see that guy who goes to the Devil Ray games? At the Devil Ray games, there's a guy down there, and each game, he picks one guy to heckle on the other team. And I talked to a guy in the Giants about this. You just think, oh, God, please don't pick me. Please don't. I noticed one time when Johnny Damon was still on the Red Sox, every time, like, he wouldn't say shit. Ortiz comes up, doesn't say anything. Whoever the hell else was on the team at the time, Manny doesn't say anything. And all of a sudden, Damon comes up and he goes, "Ah, Johnny! Let's go, Johnny! Woo! Johnny Damon!" He just yells his name.
What a great strategy.
As loud as you... Dude, I'm sitting at home hearing every word of it. And that's what makes it so unsettling.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There's that tension as you walk up, like, is it going to be me? Is he going to pick me?
Yeah.
And you know his teammates are all laughing.
Because it's them. Yeah,
because it's him, and you don't have to deal with it when you get up there. And you know when you making out and you come back and it's like, that motherfucker picked me tonight. You picked me. That's one of the most unique things.
That's great.
I am picking one guy, and I am going to heckle the shit out of him.
Think of that.
And how do they notice, though? Because so many people yelling so many names. Is just his voice is that loud?
No, he sits right down near home plate, and it's Tropicana Field, which is like sitting in a food court.
Rick.
No, dude, that guy is
Classic.
fucking hilarious. And the genius of it is you actually separate him from his team because his teammates are now laughing. It's a classic divide and conquer.
Ace Frehley is not here.
What is the
Even though Roland goes, he's
Sam,
5 minutes out.
5 minutes out. We heard that about 10 minutes ago.
The publicist has checked in. Ace has yet.
Well, what about him?
Ace has yet to check in downstairs.
I'm sitting here telling old road stories.
No, I like it.
Then I went to Mile High Stadium.
I
and
like
that
it.
was,
I like it.
I'm sure he'll be here.
Oh,
Why did
boy.
Roland say he's 5? Maybe that's what the publicist told him.
I'm sure.
What happens?
But he said that
Let's
last
just
time.
say, what happens if Ace doesn't show up today?
Then he doesn't come.
Oh, boy.
I like Ace. I would love him to. I actually love Ace. But if he doesn't come, he doesn't come.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I
I'll
just
finish
didn't
the
want to.
book.
I just didn't want to.
What if he shows up at 10:01?
What
I'll
if
talk on the boneyard.
What if Ace said, "Jimmy, meet me in Europe," and you went to Europe and you didn't show up, and he left you there? Would you still listen to Kiss music?
On the flight home, laughing to myself at the good-natured joke he played on me.
See the ribbing.
That Ace got me good.
You hear about Mark Burnell? You're a sports fan. The Jets' backup quarterback?
No.
They're saying when he retires, he's, 40, 41? He's got to get a 9-to-5 job. He blew all his fucking money
Holy
with bad
shit.
investments.
Oh,
This just
man.
came out today.
Some Bernie Madoff shit.
They're saying as soon as he's not in the NFL anymore, he's got to start a 9-to-5 job immediately.
He's like $27 million in the hole, right? Did you
Yeah,
say?
$24.7 million he owes.
How about you fucking just declare bankruptcy at
He's
that
on the-
point? Jesus.
He's on the hook for
'Cause then we gotta pay for it.
$24.7 million.
Well, yeah,
And
well,
they pass it on to us.
I would.
As soon as he retires, he's got to get a job.
Wow. You think he's going to get a 9-to-5 and be able to pay that off?
Dude, that's like that one guy in the Jets who has like 9 kids
No.
with 8 different
Oh,
women.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, do you understand the second you stop playing, you're broke?
You're done. Yeah.
Right.
All your money's gone.
Yeah, I would sit down with all those women and be like, okay, here's the deal. We can live like rock stars for 8 years and then go right back to eating at the ground round.
Right.
And Chuck E. Cheese, or we can live decently forever. What is your choice?
He had 8 kids with like 8 different women.
7 different women or something.
Do you think he honestly is going to be rational
Do you think
enough
that would be a rational roundtable discussion?
I know, right?
No, I'm trying to figure out if I was managing him. I'd bring all those
what
in the raw women.
What happened?
What wrong? He's 5 minutes away?
Where is he right now? I want to know.
5 minutes means 10 minutes. You know that. At least 10, maybe 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As soon as he comes out.
Oh, Christ.
All right.
What happened? What happened?
He's a rock star, man. He's on his time. It's all good.
Oh, come on, man. You can't expect rock
Back to
stars
Burnell.
to always show up.
Because of his
That ruins it.
financial misfortunes, he's got a job lined up as a medical sales representative.
Oof. Oh, no. Like the guy that goes around selling fucking catheters and shit?
Yeah, well, he did declare bankruptcy, but he's got to get a gig to just.
Now, how did he lose it? Was he buying jet skis like what's his face? Or
Horrible. He went with a company that invested in high-end real estate properties just when the market fucking took it down. And he was invested in Whataburger fast food franchise.
What?
A Whataburger fast food franchise.
What a ripoff! What a mistake!
Holy shit! Here's Ace Frehley.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, see, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Scarlett Johansson's fucking ass.
Oh, my God. Where is that picture? Yeah, I saw it really quick the other day.
Can I see that, too?
Can I see it? I want to see it.
Fuck.
I'm in third.
Ace! What's up, Ace?
What's going on?
Are we
Ace.
Yeah, we're
really,
on.
of course.
Huh? That's the angry
That's
baby
Angry
in
Baby.
Oslo.
You ever been to Oslo? Yeah.
Absolutely. He's probably sold it out 9 million times.
Doing an anomaly?
Yeah.
Anomaly? All right.
Now promoting the book.
It's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah. Things haven't changed much.
No. Believe me. Same shit.
Yeah.
For Jimmy's birthday, we had you in.
Oh, that's right.
To surprise Jimmy.
Yeah, you brought me a cake with, it was a girl's ass with a log of shit coming out of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was slightly obscene.
Yeah, it was
Are
great.
we there right now?
We are,
Yeah, that's how we roll. We got to get that montage together of people that
absolutely
just
have to.
every guest that has said
We
that
don't
to
know
us.
if that's good or bad when
Hey,
guests ask that.
Is this live right now?
Yeah.
Are we on the air?
Do you guys consider this entertaining?
It's basically what they're saying.
Real professional.
Me? Yeah.
Do you have, what kind of information do you have there?
Oh, well, right now on Amazon, the book, it's #1 in biographies for composers and musicians. It's already #1 in entertainment music, and it's #4 in books, biographies, and entertainers. And it's in the top 100, and it just came out yesterday.
Tuesday,
There you go.
It's
Go
great.
figure.
I'm almost finished with it. I'm probably got like 20 pages left. It's fucking, you did a great job, man.
Thanks.
It's, this is something I wanted to ask you. The opening line of the book, you right, when I was a kid, I used to carry this awful image around in my head, a picture of 3 men tangled awkwardly in high tension wire, 50 feet in the air, their lifeless bodies crisping in the midday sun. Why?
Well, my dad helped build the installation, the electrical installation for West Point. And, you didn't read the book then?
No, I don't. No. I got to the opening line and I just got bored and I closed it. No, that wasn't. I just, I don't want to just say it because then if I just say it.
Yeah, my dad was working with other guys installing the new electrical installation at West Point. He drew a short straw to go get the sandwiches. He came back and his buddies, got electrocuted because somebody inadvertently had flipped the switch.
So basically, if he had not drawn the short
crispy
straw,
critters,
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So if he hadn't done that, literally he might have been up there and you would have been no you.
If he wouldn't have drawn the short straw, I would have been a bright idea, I guess. Only.
Wow.
Are you doing book signings or no?
Yeah, I'm doing one at Barnes & Noble here in town tomorrow.
What did you?
After the Today
He's just
Show.
like,
After the Today Show,
whatever.
I'm on the book signing at noon.
What is your relationship now with like Gene and Paul? Because I think you were pretty fair in the book. Like you slam a little bit, but not. It doesn't seem bitter. It seems like it's a pretty honest assessment of what happened.
Well, you know, there's good and bad in every relationship, just like a marriage. So, you know, I mean, I had lunch with Gene about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Did you pay?
Hotel. We just hung out and reminisced. Did you see what he said about me?
On
page 6 the other day.
I heard
New York
audio.
Post?
Is that the audio where he said that you were saluting him like Hitler? I just heard that. I don't know if that's that old audio or is that new.
No, I was on page 6 the other day in the New York Post, and whoever wrote the article was quoting parts of the book where I'm talking about Gene and giving everybody crabs, this, that, and the other thing, and then they got a statement from Gene. Nobody has it here.
Where is that?
We're not a prepared radio show.
He said something to the effect.
Sam will find it. Brilliant.
Ace has been an alcoholic and a drug addict for 35 years, but we love him, you know.
Didn't he say there's decades of your life that you don't remember or something?
Yeah, probably. That's why I needed help on the book. But, you know, the 35 years is incorrect. It's incorrect. It's a false statement. I've been an alcoholic for at least 40 years. And, you know, proud of it. But recovering at this juncture,
So you
5
are sober?
years plus.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I celebrated 5 years on September 15th.
Oh, that's great. Any urges at all? Any urges at all? Because I'm sober. Occasionally I get
the first
them.
couple of years are the hardest, and then subsequently every year after that gets easier and easier. Now, you know, people drink in front of me, doesn't even bother me.
Do you have any vices?
Any vices?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I grew up, most of my life was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So you take away the drugs, you still have rock and roll and sex.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Like Meatloaf said.
There's quite a few fucking near misses in this book too.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
electrocutions. You know, human sacrifices.
No, with drugs. Like there's a couple of times where you. The one I just read was really interesting. You were flying into a foreign country and you had an 8-ball in your sneaker.
No.
And it seems like you got these really weird premonitions at times where shit was about to go really bad for you.
No.
And what happened on the plane? That you just felt something might be wrong when you landed?
I just had a premonition, man. I was going to get popped, you know, if I landed with that stuff on my body. So I went into the lavatory and flushed it down the toilet, which became a little bit of a problem.
We needed that, Ace.
Oh, yeah, good fellas.
Man.
Karen.
I mean, you know, I'm struggling with my addiction, and should I do it? Should I not do it? You know, what's worse, going to jail or getting high for a weekend?
Right.
But, you know.
You didn't do a little bit of it and then flush the rest of it?
No. I was already so wired just from the dream and the premonition. I had like a nightmare on the plane. I was just happy to get rid of it and get back to my seat before.
Oh, is that what sparked
the plane was about to land.
That's got to be the most paranoid feeling you could have, to be flying on a plane to another country, high out of your mind, with drugs on you.
Yeah,
How do you hold that together?
More importantly, did they check you when you got off the plane?
Well, when I got off the plane, one of those drug-sniffing dogs actually...
So the premonition was true.
And they examined my shoes and everything. And then I started panicking. Man, was there a second one in there somewhere hidden that I had forgotten about? But
Sure muled it up your ass.
Yeah, I never went that far.
That's how I smuggle fruits and stuff into.
Exactly.
Yeah, at some point you got to be like, all right, you got me.
Yeah. You can't bring fruits and vegetables across international waters.
I was thinking something else.
But I can.
I thought it was double entendre stuff.
Did it? When you talk a lot about the drug use too, and when you were in Kiss, like how people would have thought that Gene and Paul were drinkers back in those days. You would have had no idea that there was such a difference between you and Peter and Gene and Paul. How far into Kiss did that start to become like an issue or talked about or some sort of a point of strain?
Me and Peter both started spinning out of control. You know, once we all became millionaires, you know, too much too soon. You know, like so many other rock stars, you know, in history. But, you know, I mean, I'm just lucky that, I mean, every day above ground, you know, I'm happy for, you know, because by all rights, I shouldn't even be here.
What's the craziest thing you went out and bought when you were at the height? You had all that money.
Craziest thing
that you look back now and go, "What the fuck? Really? Why did I do that?"
I mean, I was buying. You know what? I used to do. When I was a kid growing up in the Bronx. I never, you know, my parents were like middle class, but we couldn't afford, expensive toys and gadgets. So I would always go to hobby shops and buy the most expensive radio-controlled helicopter, the most expensive radio-controlled boat.
I hear you.
And airplanes, and also, spend thousands
Put
and thousands
8 balls
of
in them
on
and
that stuff.
pretend you're
because I
flying
could
into
never have
another
that when I was
country.
a kid. And most of them are just sitting in my storeroom,
So just weird, like, shit that you would have wanted as a child, you bought as an
Yeah,
adult.
stuff I never could have, I wanted, hey, now I can get it, and of course a lot of sports cars and, some clothes and...
Did you trash a few cars due to maybe
several, yeah.
drinking? And
God, my DeLorean, I cracked up a 928 Porsche.
Did the DeLorean come with cocaine with it?
That was such a cool car. I remember I used to go pick up my daughter at preschool, and all the kids would come running out to meet the car. The spaceship is here,
Spaceship.
Yeah, 'cause, the gull-wing doors and,
Maybe it was because of the driver.
And the funny thing about that car, that's the only car you don't wax with, like, car wax. You use
stainless steel.
wool polish.
Yeah, it's like full
stainless steel polish. It was nuts.
So I was also enjoying reading the Phantom of the Park story and how much that you thought it was like a goof, and how Gene was like genuinely embarrassed by that because he thought it was gonna be like a legit horror
shit,
film.
Really?
The whole movie to me was kind of a goof, but the whole Kiss phenomena was a goof. I never took it that seriously. Gene always took everything so goddamn seriously because he wasn't loaded. And he was always thinking about money and this and that, and what else can we merchandise, and that completely went off the charts, and it completely went out of control. You see, once Kiss got really big, Gene started, in conjunction with our management, over merchandising the band to the point where little kids were showing up at the show, and I talk about it in the book.
Yeah.
And, all of a sudden, my road manager's going, hey, it's cool with the F words tonight because there's a lot of little kids in the front row, that's what rock and roll's all about.
Yeah, and you felt, I know you talked a lot about how you felt the merchandising went way too far. What was the first thing you saw that you were like, because like T-shirts, there was some publicity stunts where the mayor would wear makeup, like that stuff was made sense. But what was the first thing you saw that you were like, ugh, what the fuck?
Well, the dolls were kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
action figures.
The commercials showed them little kids with them. And, the lunch boxes, but who walks around with a lunch box except the little kid?
I did.
I mean, they were... I've seen a lot of grown men running around with kids' lunch boxes. but it just got completely out of control. And
it annoyed you?
Anything that's been produced, merchandise-wise, there's usually a Kiss stamp on it. I mean, it's crazy.
Do you think that, you stress in the book a lot about how you felt that the music really took a backseat always to the money and to the merchandising and to the show. And how long into it did that start to bother you? Like, I think the music is suffering.
I can't tell you how many times the following day after a concert, I'd look up a review in the local paper and it would talk about the show more than the music. The music did take a second,
Just the
second
stage
in a lot of people's minds because the show was so elaborate, but for me, I love the show and I love coming up with, I'm the wizard when it comes to guitar effects, the smoking guitar, the rocket guitar, the light guitar, you name it, I've done it. But it should never, come before the music. To me, the music was always the most important thing,
And the fact that it was choreographed, I was surprised too that you it bored you. You said after a while because of all the fire and the flash pots and all that you couldn't move around on the stage.
Look, I just did 2 nights at B.B. King's, and we switched a few things around. Couldn't do that in a Kiss show. Everything had to go, because everybody, the pyro guy's got a board and he's got the song list. And if we do a different song and he presses the button, somebody's going to get blown up. So it was that crazy. It was like a Broadway show.
That's fucking
Broadway
scary. You
rock
had to
show.
count on that guy.
I mean, we brought in our own elaborate staging. We brought in our own lights. We brought in our own pyrotechnics. And, we had seven tractor trailers at one point.
Wow. Wait, that happened to Hetfield at one time when he was playing guitar and that whole thing came up, burned up his hand.
I got electrocuted on stage in 1976 in Lakeland, Florida. I was just talking to the interviewer I was with last night over at VH1, and he said there is some type of video footage of me getting electrocuted, but they're still trying to get a hold of it.
How did you get
what's the
electrocuted?
story?
Yeah.
Well, it was before wireless transmitters. So I don't know if you remember the set we used to have where it was like 5 marshals, 25 feet high, and we'd come down a staircase. Well, here I am in platform shoes, so I always have to hold on to the railing. I grabbed the railing, and I wasn't grounded properly, and I got zapped with 220 volts.
Holy shit!
Now, the only thing that saved my life was I got thrown back onto the platform. If I would have gone forward, I would have probably smashed, cracked my head open.
How long before people didn't realize that wasn't part of the show? You know what I mean? Because you guys got so many things, when you get zapped.
It took a while for the guys in the band to realize I wasn't even there, because everybody's doing their own thing, Gene's preoccupied with sticking his tongue out at the girl in the front row, and Paul's dancing around, and flipping it, And finally they go, they look around and going, "Where's Ace?" And so they had to stop the show, and then I had burns on my fingers. I was actually knocked out for several seconds.
I was going to say, were you? How soon did you come to?
I think I was. I took about a 5-minute break, and then, my manager, Burr, Colin, was there. And he says, "Ace, you got to get back out there." And all of a sudden, the fans and the whole venue started chanting, "We want Ace, we want Ace." So my adrenaline started pumping, brought me back to life. And
so you just shook off being electrocuted. That's unbelievable.
I fell the other night at BB King's. Because there was no luminous tape on the edge of the stage. I'm doing my spoken talk show.
Oh, shit.
I'm going like this. And I'm walking to the right.
Fell off
my right foot goes into the hole where the monitor board is. And I thought I broke my leg. Then I looked at my guitar after the show. I had snapped off the two-pneumatic bridge. And what had happened, the guitar took the brunt of the fall.
Jesus.
If the guitar wouldn't have done it, I would have broke my leg. And I don't know what.
Did you keep playing or did you stop the solo?
No, I jumped back up and switched guitars and finished the solo.
Is that embarrassing when that happens? I've never fallen on stage.
I've fallen a lot with Kiss, but it was like on the stage, not off. I've never fallen off the stage. That was the first time. It was a little scary.
Why would you fall on the stage? Were you ever under the influence?
I used to fall all the time with those boots.
Fall off his
platforms.
shoes.
I could have. Paul and Gene are pretty good with those. I was never good with them.
What's the most you fell in one show? And did you start getting mad? These motherfuckers with these
I've
boots.
fallen more than twice in one show, but that's enough.
Yeah, that would be. Did it cause resentment with the other members who came up with the idea for the boots?
They got used to it. In fact, if I would fall, they would try to make it look like it was part of the show, and they'd like come over to me and play to me until I, managed to get back up.
Oh man, got to keep the rock and roll going.
In those days, we all covered each other. It's not like every man for himself. Towards the end.
What's the craziest thing you ever saw looking out into the crowd? All your Maniac fans that even you for half a second had to step back. Like, am I really looking at that shit?
It was a lot of crazy shit. I remember the last reunion tour. Some Oriental broad was following us around. She'd pull off her panties and write on them, "Fuck me, Ace," and hold them up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah. Did you fuck her?
Yeah, did you make her dreams come true?
No.
Was she attractive?
She wasn't bad looking.
If she was hotter, would you have fucked her?
Huh?
Would you have fucked her if she was more attractive?
Nah, I'm kind of past that these days.
Oh, was that recently that happened?
That was in Kiss reunion tour, probably around 2000.
How long did it take you to get that out of your system? Where somebody held up panties and said, "Fuck me, Ace," that you didn't give into that temptation? How many decades?
A lot of the insanity with women kind of went along with the drinking and the drugging, and once I got away from that, I got away from the
groupie thing,
the insane behavior. But yeah, I also vividly remember, in the 70s, we used to get shots of penicillin like once a month because the worst thing you could get was like syphilis or something or gonorrhea, But I remember when the AIDS scare came in, and we all kind of were a lot more cautious, except for Gene.
Oh yeah, he just kept fucking.
Oh well, Gene, anything, Gene has 2 prerequisites for a woman: alive and breathing. This is so.
What was the crab story? Because you guys all got crabs. Because I've had them 3 times. I got them twice from the same girl, and then once I think a girlfriend cheated and gave them to me. They're fucking horrible.
Well, in the old days, Sean Delaney used to pack our leather jumpsuits in one trunk throw it in the truck and, move on to the next show.
Oh, God.
Gene was infested with them, and the little buggers jumped from one costume to the other. Next thing you know, all four of us are scratching, and everybody goes, Gene, but we kind of laughed it off in those days.
You ever have them on stage?
Did you guys have the shaved pube show after that?
I'm trying to remember the name of that stuff we have to apply.
Rid was what I used.
yeah.
R-I-D, yeah.
Oh, God, it was that little comb?
Yeah, it was terrible. I have straight pubes, like a Chinese person's hair. I have awful pubes. So I finally shaved them completely now, but it was fucking terrible. It's a violating feeling when I had an itch and then you look down and you pull this black thing out. And you see leg. It's fucking terrible.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
And then you gotta boil all your sheets, and it's crazy.
How many times did you have them? Would you have more than once?
I may have had him twice in my life, but Gene was pretty much infested for several years during that period. On and off. I love it. He had infestation.
He should have been condemned
by the Board of Health. They should have put a quarantine on his door.
Are you happy he's married?
Am I happy?
Yeah.
When I had lunch with him, I was saying, Gene's going, Ace, I'm going to tie the knot. I said, it's about time, Gene. And, Shannon's a great lady. And, she stayed with him all these years and gave him two beautiful children. I think he did the right thing.
When you left, it was you just really wanted out. I was surprised to read that. I thought for some reason they asked you to leave. I didn't realize that Peter had already left, and you they almost begged you to stay in the band, and you just didn't want to anymore.
They both asked me to stay, but between all the drugs I was doing, I was living in isolation in this big mansion in Connecticut with a recording studio, and in my mind, if I didn't get away from the band, I was going to die, and it was a tape that kept playing over and over in my head. I'm sitting in my lawyer's office. I'm going, I got to leave the band. I'm going to die. I'm going to kill myself. And he's going, yeah, but it's $15 million, Ace, buys a lot of therapy. I said, therapy doesn't work when you're 6 feet under. I don't want a dirt nap,
And so you guys had made a lot of money, but then you had this other contract where it was going to be $15 million apiece, and you knowingly just said, I can't do it.
It's a $15 million record contract for the four of us. And I ended up walking out, and it was actually cut in half because of me. I don't think they ever forgave me for that.
They lost $7.5 million.
Oh, I bet Gene wasn't
in the 70s. You know how much money that is?
Fuck yeah, that's a lot of money.
Sorry, guys.
Why did Peter leave?
Peter was fired.
What was
Peter?
ultimately?
Peter ran into the same problems I did eventually. With abuse, and he had a car accident, and it affected his playing. And,
were you there when he got fired? Did you guys all sit down, or was it a?
Well, I actually didn't want Peter fired. I figured, let's put him in the hospital and get him cleaned up and give him another chance. But Paul and Gene were pretty adamant that, they didn't want to give him another chance and they just wanted to move on. So I was pretty much outvoted, so I had to go along with it.
How's he doing now?
Peter's doing okay. I spoke to him not that long ago. I saw him at Bill O'Coin's funeral down in Florida. And he's hanging in there. I heard he's working on a book also.
Is he still partying?
Is he still performing?
No, partying. Is he still partying, or is he?
I don't think so.
Got shit together. Good.
Yeah, I always found it interesting because it's like you guys put out so much material in the first few years of your existence. Most bands put out an album and a couple years later, and you pumped out, what was it? How many albums in the first 18 months? Up to
4
Alive?
albums.
Wow.
4 albums.
That does not happen anymore.
Yeah, I'm sitting with my ghostwriter. And he's giving me these statistics because he did his homework. There's so many people know more about Kiss than I do because I lived there, but I forget the numbers and the dates. He says, "Man, you did 4 albums in 18 months, and between those albums, you're touring extensively." He goes, "That must have been insane." It was. It was just like this roller coaster ride that never ended.
Well, your first few records too, they weren't selling. I mean, they were okay, but you said Casablanca almost went broke. Because you guys just weren't selling records until Alive.
Yeah. We came out with Kiss, then we came out with Hotter Than Hell, and then we came out with Dressed to Kill. And after Dressed to Kill, things were shaky. I know Bill O'Coin had extended himself, and Neil Bogart had, put a lot of their own personal money into the band. And if Alive wouldn't have taken off like it did and become, a huge record, who knows what would have happened.
Why do you think bands take so long today to, like, we had Tony Iommi recently, and he talked about Black Sabbath, the record. That took, like, I think 2 days in the studio or 1 day. And I know your first album especially didn't take. Why do bands obsessively take a year now, whereas back then you could do it in a week or 2 months or whatever?
I don't know. It has a lot to do with the producer. Sometimes, in the old days, the band used to get together and just knock it out. Now, you get the producers that bring in there and go, okay, we'll do your part today, and then tomorrow we have Johnny in the studio, and then we have, Bubby in the studio, because they're making more money. They're getting a piece of the studio, they're charging a larger fee, and, we did it old school back in those days.
Spend 4 days getting a snare drum sound.
Yeah. Man, I remember walking in the studio like 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're still working on drums days. Come back after lunch, trying to get the perfect drum sound on it, get every ring out of every
Nothing worse
skin.
than sitting there and just listening to the oh God, shut up. Nothing worse than a drum check.
Now everything's canned. You can get samples and get perfect drum sound. A lot of people today, when they record an album with drums, they end up replacing the drums with sampled sounds. They just trigger them.
I'm not sure about this, but I bet in the old days too, you could just write some songs, throw them on an album, put the album out, and then you write some more songs, put it on an album. And now it seems to me like the record company probably has some kind of say, like, we need more hits, so we need a little more of this, and they're probably more selective as to what they want you to put out as a band than in the old days.
It depends on the type of group. If you're a single-orientated band, absolutely. If you're.
But how many album-oriented bands are there out there now?
Kiss was always we always made more money at live performances, and we really weren't a single-orientated band until Rock and Roll Night, and Beth and stuff like that started happening. But
it was all about the live show. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's why Alive, took off like a bat out of hell, because it was the perfect souvenir for a Kiss concert.
Hey, why did you guys decide to take the makeup off the first time? And how scared were you? Like,
well, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there?
I quit the group in '82, and then the guys decided to get what did they get? Vinnie Vincent.
Vinnie Vincent.
But for a while, Vinnie had some kind of ankh on his head or something, an Egyptian thing, and then they decided to take it off. And then they had a. Did
you think looking outside that was a mistake when they were going to take the makeup off, like they were killing?
No, well,
I
took my makeup off and started, Frehley's Comet, and that did well. I had a gold album, the first out of the box, but also, after I had left Kiss, it wasn't with complete creative control and freedom, it wasn't, the ideal situation either, because everything was on me. When I was in Kiss, I could lean on those other guys because they were workaholics. And then I realized, wow, it's up to me. If this record sucks, it's because they're going to say Ace sucks. So, it wasn't the dream that I had imagined while I was still in the band, but
you're like, I don't got to wear that stupid makeup.
Well, the makeup became a real drag. I mean, imagine having a hangover and then getting a phone call at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, you got to go to a radio station promotion and you got it in full costume,
Yeah,
it's
not even for a show. It's like,
it was a nightmare.
Did you half-ass it sometimes? Just fucking like, fuck it.
Just 1 star.
I was coming up with all kind of crazy ideas. I just, could we get stencils or something? Could we just spray the shit on? And, it was just like, God, I got to do this again. I talk about it in the book where I'm doing the film. I'd show up on set while we were doing Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. And, I get into my trailer, get into makeup, and, the director would say, hey, we're going to do close-ups on Gene today. We don't need you till 1 o'clock. And I'd slip out,
Sit there in the fucking makeup.
But then you took off and fucking went to a King Tut exhibit and then came back and apologized.
It was the most bizarre thing. I was like all bent out of shape because it had happened more than once. And I lost my temper with the producer and director. I took off, lost my bodyguards, zigzagging through traffic. And then I just said, I ended up at the La Brea Tar Pits and the museum there, and I've always been fascinated with Egyptian culture, the pyramids, the whole 9 yards. And I'm standing outside going, wow, this would have been a great thing to see. And some broad just comes up to me and hands me a ticket. You go, you need a ticket? You look like you need a ticket. I said, yeah. I go, how much? He goes, oh, you can have it. It was insane. You know, most of my life seems like a dream. It's a fantasy.
I bet.
It's just weird stuff that just when I read it, I read it cover to cover when I got the final version. I said, "Wow, what a great movie."
Yeah. Who would you want to play you?
Play me? I don't know. Probably somebody who looks a little like me.
Yeah, I guess that would help.
We have to find something. We'll have to find. Maybe we can get Scorsese to do it, huh?
The book is called No Regrets too, and it's fantastic. I just wish I had finished it. I'm like 30 pages short. I'm I'm a
What do you think of the pictures?
They were great.
Yeah,
they were really great.
A lot of them nobody's seen.
I like a lot of the young photos. You're a handsome guy, and I like some of the fucking outfits that you had on in the 70s. And two things too. I want to say. You said you and Gene were roommates at one point, and that you think Paul was happy that he was with you, and that you said he was disgusting. You said Gene Simmons in the hotels was disgusting as a roommate.
Dirty.
Like, why was he dirty? I'm surprised to read that.
Why?
Like what did he do that was
I don't
dirty?
know, you gotta ask him. You know. I mean, Shannon's nickname for Gene used to be Stinky.
Would he really spit on the floor though? You said he was just hawking loogies on the floor.
Yeah. Well, you know
Spit
why?
on his own floor.
You know why? Because whenever he breathed fire, he'd be drinking kerosene, and a lot of times he would swallow some of it. So he's constantly trying to. After a show, he's coughing it up. You know,
Spitting down on the crabs.
You're in a Holiday Inn. You know, I'm jumping over crabs and
to that to burn the
blobs
crabs.
of this and that, and you know, it was all in good fun.
Where's
Yeah, when he burned his pubes off, is that what he did?
He would just spit the fire on the.
Gene's hair went on fire a couple of times.
Did you laugh or were you worried?
No, I was worried.
Okay.
I was, you know.
Did you
genuinely
laugh
worried.
afterwards, though?
Well, you know, after we knew
You
it
have
was
to
okay, we thought it
afterwards.
was hysterical.
Of course.
You know, Sean Delaney attacks him with a towel, you know, and ends up rubbing off half his makeup.
Who was Sean Delaney?
Sean Delaney was our tour manager in the early days. And he was responsible for a lot of the choreography in the beginning. You know, he worked with us, you know, with our moves, you know. The classic Kiss moves that you see, a lot of them were Sean Delaney's ideas.
Oh, okay, you wouldn't have thought to do that. He said, why don't you guys walk up at the end of the song and all do this or do that?
What's the
Sean was very instrumental with that.
What's the best band that ever opened up for you? Were you actually standing, even at the height of yours, going, "Oh my God"?
Best band, I don't know. You know, we've had some. We've had Rush open for us. We've had
back in the day they were like unknown.
Bob Seger. Well, they were known, but you know, it seemed like every group who opened for a Kiss tour, after that tour, they ended up headlining because they had gotten so much, exposure. Because all we were playing was arenas. Yeah, I remember after the tour, Bob Seger gave me, a gold record, and a thank you.
Oh, for giving him the shot.
You open up, look how many people you're exposed to. In those days, it was, it wasn't MTV, it wasn't the internet. So, playing before a live audience was one of the best ways to get known.
Do you have information on your signings, too? Because I want to plug the signings before we wrap. Because
on my signings?
Yeah. Do you have any?
Where's my assistant?
Do you have info on the signings?
Yeah, 12
Who's
o'clock,
composer?
Noon at Barnes & Noble on Thursday.
Noon on Thursday, Barnes & Noble. Which one?
Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue, which is, I think, in Union Square. I believe that's the Union Square Barnes & Noble, or no?
I'm not sure.
That's the one here.
Where here?
Like on,
You're not sure.
48.
On 48th Street?
44th, I'm hearing.
44th? Is there a website that they can go to?
Yeah, you go to acefrehley.com.
acefrehley.com, and it's Frehley. I fucking have not been able to spell your name for 30 years.
German. Frehley.
I always spell it wrong.
A lot of people
Everyone
pronounce
says it
Frehley,
wrong.
but it's
Yeah.
Frehley.
I would have
Ace
said...
Frehley freely admits that Frehley is the proper pronunciation.
Oh, it is Frehley?
Frehley, yeah.
That's so odd because no one is going to say Frehley.
No one has ever
Everyone
said
says
Frehley.
Frehley.
Listen to the live record. Paul
Yeah.
Stanley goes, Ace Frehley, lead guitar.
I probably think he's saying it wrong. Like everybody.
Oh, did he say it
Why
right?
did he say it like that?
Pretty much.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
Frehley.
Ace Frehley.
Are you going to change your pronunciation, Jim?
No.
I'm just happy you say my name.
Yeah.
You can mispronounce it, It works.
Well, the book is great. Go to acefrehley.com.
What?
See, I just fucking
You
fast.
did.
I just changed.
Nice. That sounded good.
Yeah. And get information on the signings, because I'm sure the signings will be mobbed. And it's genuinely a great book, man. And I learned a lot about. I thought I knew everything about Kiss because I've been a fan since I was just a boy.
Somebody was saying to me the other night, man, you've been in a lot of fights, they said
Yeah.
to me. And I go, hey, I'm from the Bronx, I'm a tourist, Give me a stage where this bull can rage.
If you,
how much? How's that go?
Give me a stage where this bull here can rage. Although I can fight,
I much rather recite. That's entertainment. What are you gonna do?
How great is it? It's just doing raging bull lines with Ace. There really is nothing better than that.
Yeah.
We should just hang out and do them all day.
I've
that's just
never
my
hung
fantasy.
out with De Niro. There's one guy I've always wanted to hang out with.
Have you met him?
Maybe. I met so many people in those Studio 54 years. It's just like a lot of it's a blur. I'm dancing with Lindsay Wagner. I'm hanging out with John Belushi. The Stones, Alice Cooper.
So how many times does that happen to you when somebody just comes up to you like, "Hey," and you got to be like, "Hey, I don't remember you."
I have no clue.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Not remembering people's names. I go, "How you been, man? Long time no see. What are you up to?" I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But
So there you go.
Over the years, you get good at that.
All the fans, that's all you got to do. Just walk up to Ace, act like you met him before, actually shoot the shit with him.
Hang out and talk to you.
Yeah, dude, you invited me to your house. All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I finally got time in my schedule. All right, man.
I said, give me a call. Yeah. Give me a call.
Did you really remember my shit cake?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I remember being here and
That'll make Jimmy very
had
happy.
a video camera going and
Yeah.
were you licking it or sitting in it? Or something? You were
I
doing
ate the log.
You were doing something obscene with it, weren't you?
Yeah, there was a little shit log, and I felt obligated to eat it out of respect for the chef.
All these years later, now it makes sense. Frehley's Comet. See, Frehley's Comet doesn't make sense. Frehley's Comet sounds like Haley's Comet.
Yeah, I guess
you got it.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
I never noticed it.
And you're right. I was thinking
I
of the
always
other
thought
day. Go ahead.
even Frehley's Comet I thought was a great name
I
for
did
a
too.
band.
Yeah, I know. I did too, but it
Frehley's
didn't make
Comet
any
works.
sense.
Yeah.
Haley's
Just like,
Comet,
yeah.
Haley's Comet. Then at the same time you have Frampton's Camel. You got Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. It was the 80s.
Yeah, but we didn't
had
say
comets, rainbows,
Blakemore.
and camels.
But, Ace, is that why you came up with the name? Was it like Haley's Comet, Frehley's Comet?
I
Or?
was a spaceman, and I thought it really fit. I was actually somebody came up, showed me a picture, an actual great photograph of Haley's Comet, and it was the first album cover, if you remember correctly.
Frehley's Comet. Wow.
I never would. Frehley's Comet to me was fine. I never
How
would have
many
connected
years?
it.
And he finally.
I just thought it meant
it's like
Comet.
revelation.
All the pieces in the puzzle finally
Yeah,
fit.
finally.
I thought it was Comet just because he was blazing up and down the fretboard.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Right.
No, I knew it was a play on Haley's Comet.
No,
but I
you
just-
didn't.
I,
No, you
of course
didn't.
I did. I know a lot about space.
He's yelling.
It was supposed to be called Ace's Asteroid, and he said, "Fuck that." Am I correct? No.
I like
that. Thursday at noon. Let me plug your signing. Thursday at noon, Barnes & Noble, 555 Fifth Avenue. And it's called No Regrets. And also Friday at Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey, 6 p.m. Some of you went to see Iommi a couple nights ago. Go Friday for Ace at 6 o'clock. It's an amazing independent bookstore in Ridgewood, New Jersey. And, you get to get the book signed and meet him. And don't expect a long conversation. There's going to be a big fucking line. But definitely go and buy the book and get it signed.
Just act like you've met him before. You'll get a hug.
Yeah. Ace, you said I didn't have to pay for that. All right, take it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man, very much.
Thank you, Ace.
It was a pleasure.
Jimmy, you need to promote Stress Factory this weekend? You
Stretch
good?
tonight, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday at the Stretch Factory, and Antisocial tickets with myself, Stanhope, Artie Lang, and David Tell. Pre-sale is now. ComcastTix.com, ComcastTix.com, and password antisocial.
Nice. And Bill,
Dude, that's
thank
a
you.
sick show.
That's a good lineup, huh?
That is a sick show. You got to go see that.
All right. Bill, you got anything? You good?
I'm coming back to do Carnegie on the 11th, so
I
I'll be
can't
here
fucking
on,
wait.
on the 10th.
All right,
I'll be on the
good.
10th. Come in and I'll say hello to you fucking animals.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bill.
Thank you, Ace.